We're live. We're here. How are you doing, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thursday, November the 11th, 2021. It's Remembrance Day
Everybody? Good morning.
in Canada. It's Veterans Day in the United States. And to all of you out there who are serving or who have served, we thank you for your service. The bond market is closed today, but not the stock market. And this has always been one of those days over the years when I was a broker, branch manager, uh, you know, held various positions in various entities. What do you do today? What do you do with your staff? Do you close? Are you open? How do you handle it? And I remember when I was branch managing, we didn't have to give our staff a day off today. It wasn't a statutory holiday. Um, but we we would make deals during during the 2 weeks prior to today. Deals would be made, and what would happen is, the staff knew we were open, no question, but the customers didn't quite know. They half of them that were really into the market, they knew we were open, but the other half of the clients who were occasional, traders, didn't know. In any event, what would happen was, we would give half the staff the day off, and we worked it out where I think the day was, oh gosh, it was a day in Christmas time. It was sort of not, maybe Christmas, not Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, maybe Boxing Day or something. And we if you worked on the 11th of November, you'd get an extra Christmas holiday day off, or vice versa. If you took this day off, you would come in for the one Christmas week day. So we would be staffed up because during Christmas things got really quiet too, and brokers were gone, clients were gone, markets were open, closed, mainly closed, and so we'd work out the arrangements. And as the boss, I would hand it to my operations manager, and I'd say, "Hey, look, you're the operation. Uh, Manage the operation and figure it out. Tell me what to do, or tell me what we're going to do. Tell me what you've come up with, and if you have a tough call that you need to be, then I have to make the tough call." Sometimes two people wanted the same day off, and one of the two of them had to be in the office. It was like something. Sometimes it went to that. And then we would come up with unique solutions, like the operations manager will handle the two people who are not here. We'll let them both off, get them out, and then he will run it. And then on the day when they're supposed to come in, he will take the day off. And so, the wheeling and the dealing that we had to do as managers. The key was to keep your employees happy, make them feel like they were treated fairly. This is the 80s. I'm talking the 1980s here, where we had to just, we were people managing in front of people, like with people live in the office, not on Zoom calls, and not through emails or text messages. This is where you personally delivered the story. The decision would be personally rendered in front of them. And you had to be very diplomatic with some people because you had to know your staff. You had to know which of your staff were so easygoing, which of your staff were mega team players for the firm, which of your staff were completely selfish for themselves, but they were so outstanding in their work that you had to have them. So, boy, we had to be people managers back in the day, and this is 40 years ago. I'm blown away. It's 35, 40 years ago that I used to do this work. Here I am today, 2021, in front of a computer, in the den, talking to a camera, talking to hundreds of you around the world. I don't have to do that anymore. And if I were the quote, if I had the same job I had then, which by the way, pretty well doesn't exist anymore, it wouldn't be the same. It just isn't. It isn't the same at all. And I learned from some of the best. At least I feel I did. I tried to learn from the best people managers I could find. I tried to learn from the best people managers I could find to then be the best people manager I could be when it was my turn to lead the brigade, into the war, and you're always learning, and you're always open to learning, and you're never, you never keep your eyes closed to it. So yeah, those are the days. By the way, welcome everyone. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're with us today. We're up 28 points on the Dow in the pre-market. We're up 16 on the S&P. We're up 113 on Nasdaq. This is a dead cat bounce from yesterday's sell-off. We had that sell-off yesterday that accelerated in the afternoon. The reason for the sell-off in the afternoon as it accelerated was worries of interest rates. That's what it was. Bertie, thank you for this donation. Thank you. Thank you so much. Worries about increasing interest rates because a bond sale was held yesterday. A U.S. Treasury auction was held yesterday, again scheduled as they always are, and they were off. They were auctioning off 30-year Treasury notes. It didn't go well. It did not go well, and the experts had predicted that the interest rate that the government would have to pay would be in a certain amount, certain range, and they were off. They were wrong. They were way too low. The market demanded more. Inflation worries. When there's inflation worries, people who lend money want more money for their money to guard against the loss of their buying power because of inflation. And if you're going to tie up your cash with the United States government for 30 years, you kind of want some protection against inflation. And right now, with inflation appearing to be in the 6% range, a low 2% rate or whatever it's going to be is just not going to cut it. And so bond buyers were demanding higher rates, and that caused all bonds to lose value, and which meant the yields went up. And it caused the market to go, whoa, whoops, what's this? And a whole bunch of high-end pension funds, mutual funds, ETFs, managing trillions of dollars, noticed that, whoa, the bond market's having a bit of a hiccup here. And that immediately means sell some stock. And you start selling high flyers. The stocks you sell first are the stocks that are subject to inflationary pressures that could suffer earnings issues because of inflation, and or stocks that are priced to perfection or beyond perfection. That's where you start. If it gets worse than that, if you have concerns worse than that, you start to sell everything. You start to sell stuff that can give you liquidity, because cash is king all of a sudden, and you put money into very short-term instruments, 30-day notes, 90-day notes, 120-day notes. You get interest for 30 days while you're trying to figure out what the heck's going on, what to do. The good news is yesterday we did not have a full-blown panic attack in the markets. We didn't have a full-blown, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world thing, because what didn't occur yesterday was there were no statistics coming out from government agencies and rating agencies and analysts to say stuff like, due to the higher inflation numbers, we expect corporate America, corporate Canada, corporate UK, corporate Europe, corporate Asia to have much lower earnings next year because they won't be able to pass on the price increases fully, and that these inflationary pressures will hit their bottom line. That wasn't said, and it hasn't been said anywhere. It used to be said in the 70s, in the 80s. I remember those days. We lived through that, and it wasn't a one-year wonder. You kids out there who have that 8-second attention span disorder, and it's not your fault, because the world you were brought up in, the adults running the world at that time figured to keep your attention, we would just give you 8-second clips maximum of anything you're going to watch. So you'd watch Bruce like this, and then 8 seconds later, I'm over here going, ah. And then 8 seconds later, I'm over here going, ah. And you'd still watch, what's he doing? Unlike me sitting here just doing this, and you're going, what's this old man doing? 8-second attention span deficit disorder is real, and it's out there, and it's multi-generational, and it's now been around for 30, 40 years. But anyway, I'm telling you, as your buddy, as your friend here in Palm Desert, California, if we run into an inflationary run of epic proportions, and it affects corporate America in an epic way, and the rest of the planet, this is not a 1-week wonder problem. This is not a 3-month issue. This will last years. And if it's really bad, it's bad. It's not, but if it became that, it would be a decade. We would have a decade of underperformance on all metrics. And the game we would be playing is who will do less worse? Who will not be as affected as badly as everyone else is? Who will perform the best in an ugly environment? That's what happens. But don't worry, we all adjust to it. We all kind of go around. We're all in it together. Like in a pandemic, we're all in a pandemic, and we all have to adjust to the life of a human being in a pandemic. I mean, who would have thought in 2019 that by 2021 we'd be experts in how to handle day-to-day life in a pandemic, not just for ourselves, but for our significant other, our families, our children. Who would have thought? That is the world in which we're in. It's the world I came from in the 70s. I didn't create inflation, by the way. It wasn't my fault. I was, in 1970, I was 15 years old. In 75, I was 20. And between the ages of 15 and 20, I saw interest rates just do unbelievable things. And I heard something just this morning and yesterday a little bit. I haven't heard this in a long, long time. And I'm talking 30 years I haven't heard this talk. Maybe 40 years I haven't heard this talk. So any of you out there who are if you're under 50, what I'm about to tell you is stuff you've probably never heard before in your lifetime. And it never would have occurred to you until today. And I want to bring you back to the concerns and issues that concerned us adults, those of us who were in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, those people who were that age back in the 70s and the 80s. This was the concern. Okay, this is one of our talking points at the water cooler. On Saturday night, we went to someone's house for a couple of drinks and some games, or just to hang out on a Sunday afternoon at someone's house for a barbecue or something like that. This would be one of the topics. The topic would be something like the line would go something like, "Hey, Jerry, Debbie, Donna, Bobby, blah, blah. Hey, how's it going? Blah blah blah, whatever." And then someone would say, "You know what I heard the other day? Oh, what did you hear the other day? Oh, my brother, he works at the post office, and they were threatening to go on strike, and everyone's going, oh yeah, that's right, the posties were, especially in Canada because it's a strong union." But they settled. They made a new contract deal. Oh, thank goodness! There won't be a postal strike. That's great. Or someone would say, a buddy of mine works at the beer bottling plant, and the brewery made a deal with its unionized workers. They've come up with a deal. Car workers at GM, Ford, Chrysler, all these workers new contracts would be made up. Sometimes it'd be strikes, but most of the times they'd negotiate a new deal. And the person would say, "Yeah, my brother at the post office, he's getting a 12% raise over the next 3 years." 4% a year. And then other times we'd hear stuff like 18% raise over 3 years, 6% a year. And people are going, wow, that's that's gonna that's a lot of money. I mean, these posties are not like minimum wage people. Remember, this is the 70s. Postal workers were making a middle class wage. But then the talk would be, yeah, but my brother was telling me that he's really upset with it. And well, why would that be? He's got a 6% raise guaranteed for the next 3 years. Checks from the post office don't bounce to its employees. I mean, it's not like the post office is going out of business or anything like that. What's the big deal? By the way, MacDaddy, thank you for becoming a member. MacDaddy AMC, love to have you here. Glad you're here. The big deal is that he did his he got out his last year's income tax form, and he pulled out his returns, and he was looking through the last year's income tax form that he filled in, and he went forward to this year because he's now calculating how much he's going to get paid now, and because he gets a 6% raise, he's going to make this much more money, and he's in a higher tax bracket, and he's actually going to get less take-home money. That was the talk of the 70s and the 80s when we had inflation, because what the government didn't do, the governments would pay more money to people at the post office, and federal workers, state workers, provincial workers in Canada, city workers, town workers, Firemen, police officers, people in the civil service, they all get raises. People in the private sector would all get raises. A lot of people were getting inflation raises of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8% a year, year after year after year, because inflation was 8, 10, 12, 14%. But the problem was the government was not adjusting the tax table. They weren't adjusting the brackets. And so you would move up brackets because in those days, back in the 70s, the brackets were like every $5,000 to $8,000 would be another bracket. It depends on the country you were in, the state or province you were in. It's all local. Okay, so I'm not talking to about every single one of you in every single state and province that you're located in. But I can tell you from Canada, the big deal was people were going to figure out, well, how much more am I getting paid? And my tax rate went from 23 to 29%, or from 26 to 34. It just went up 8% in income tax, but I only got a 6% raise. And so they would do the math, and there were no new deductions allowed. The government wasn't allowing new deductions. They weren't increasing the deductible. They weren't increasing the personal deductible either. Normally, you'd have like the income tax would go, your gross income is this much, and you can now take off $6,000 off of that as a personal deduction, and now you pay tax on that balance, and then we deduct from that allowable deductions. Maybe it's in Canada it was some various deductions, whatever it was. And then you come up with your net income, and then you had to figure out how much is federal, how much is state, and all that. But people were figuring out net. They were coming to the bottom line. They're going, I got a 6% raise. I'm going to get $1 a week more in my paycheck. I'm going to get $1 a week more in my hand after it's all said and done. And we almost went on strike for this. I'm losing. And everyone realized around the table, if you're not getting more than 10% of a raise, you're actually losing to inflation. And that happened all through the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. And what was the consequence of that? Why should you guys care? Those of you who are 50 or less, you go, why is he telling us this? What does it mean to me? Why should I give a crap about this? I'll tell you why. Because what happened was, in the old days, if you talk to grandparents, they say, oh, the standard of living was way better for us way back when. It's not the same for you kids anymore. Because in the old days, we had more net take-home money, and or our money went further then, because we had 2 and 3% inflation, not 15, 18% inflation. When we got to 15, 18% inflation, for over a decade, we were battling the inflation dragon. It was a major war that was global. This was not an Illinois problem. It was not a New York State problem. It wasn't a red state or a blue state problem. It was a problem, period. In Canada, in Mexico, in America, in South America, in Europe, in Africa, in Asia. It was a problem everywhere for everybody, every business, no matter what. It was a problem. And the standard of living went down in North America. That's what happened. So you had postal workers who had been working for 25 years through the 50s and the 60s and into the 70s, who are now getting 8 and 10% annual raises. And after 5 years of that, they found that the car they used to buy, that so-called Chevrolet Impala or whatever, in real effect, in real life, was $1,000 more expensive than 5 years ago, even with the raises. They found that their cars went up in cost. The fridge was more expensive. A television was more expensive. A holiday was more expensive. And everything cost more out of your check in real terms. And everyone's standard of living was dropping. It was imperceptible. It wasn't like, oh, you're losing 10% a month of your standard of living and you can see in 3 months how it worked. It took over a decade. And the North American standard of living began to slip against other economies. Not all other economies, not the entire world, but in the G20, the G8, the top countries, Canada and the US, we started to slip. And my father began to notice it on his bottom line, and he was thinking about my standard of living going forward, wondering, boy, this kid better be doing something that people really want to pay for, because if this kid is thinking that he's just going to schlep through life doing whatever kind of a schlep job, he's going to get he's going to get a rude awakening. He's not going to be able to afford a new car, or he'll afford a new car every 5 or 8 years, but not every third year. Because back in the 60s, it was normal for middle class Americans to get a new car every 2 or 3 years. Cars were designed and were priced, and people earned income to pay cash for a new car every 2 to 3 years, not get a loan every 2 or 3 years and roll over the old loan to the new. No. Pay cash for a new car every 2 to 3 years. So the Galaxy 500 that would come out in 63 and then in 64 and in 65, and the Impala and the Biscayne and all the other cars that came out, moms and dads around North America fully expected that every 2 to 3 years they would buy a new one. The used one they would trade into the dealer, and then that car would be sold off in the used car market, and off it would go. But cars only lasted 8 to 10 years if you were lucky back then, because they were rust buckets and they were pieces of crap. But you would buy a new car for cash every 2 years with all the new features on it. And then we saw something happen in the 80s we had never seen before. Rebates. What the hell's a rebate? A car rebate. You could get a $100 cash rebate if you bought a new car. Then they were giving away $150 and $200 rebates, $250 and $300 rebates. And if you want to see what the world was like in that era, all you have to do is, when you're not watching me, like after my show, not right now, but after my show, go to YouTube and search for 1970s car ads, or car rebate ads, 1970s, or Chrysler ads, car ads, 1970s. You'll see in the late 70s and into the 80s, rebates show up for the first and ever time. The so-called interest rate thing, where you can buy a car for 0 interest or 0.9% interest, that didn't kick in until about 2000 something. That took a little longer. And again, this is the continuation of the drop of the standard of living of North Americans, because we were able to buy cars every 2 to 3 years for cash. Then we had to get cash back to get a car. Then we had to be able to get a car loan. And that was a new thing. That was a really rare thing. And banks that were not used to this were going, well, we can lend you money on a car, but only like 2-year loan. I can only give you a 2-year loan, because people get new cars every 2-3 years. We're not going to give you a 5-year loan for a car. So you'd come in and look for a loan for a Chevy Capri. The car is $2,800. You better have $1,000 down, and we'll lend you $1,800 over 2 years. And you pay that off over 2 years, and drive it for one more year after that, and then get rid of it and come on back. And then, hopefully you have another, substantial down payment, then we'll talk again. Then the car companies got approached by independent lenders, banks through like Wall Street, would come to the car companies and say, you know what, here's what we're going to do for you. We come up with a whole new way where you guys can do business, because in the world today, with 15% inflation, a Chevy Capri last year was $2,500. Next year, the Chevy Capri will be $2,850, and the year after that, it'll be $3,300. And add $400 or $500 a year to the Capri, like it's just going to go up like ridiculous. People will not have the cash to buy the car, but we have a solution for you. And the car dealers would go, well, the car companies would go, what do you got? And they say 20% down cash, which could be the trade-in, and we'll finance the rest. We'll finance your customer for you. All you got to do is fill in the forms, and we'll give you an approval in like 48 hours. You can have an approval if the customer is qualified for the loan or not. And we almost never turn anyone down if they're employed. We're going to give them the loan, because people need cars, especially if they have a trade-in that's bought and paid for. If they're coming into a trade-in that has nothing against it, and it's an $800 trade-in, a $500 trade-in, whatever it is, that's $600-700 against the car. It's a $2,800 car. It's a $2,000 loan. We'll do a 3-year loan. We'll do a 3-year loan on $2,000. Now you can sell the car on 36-month payments. You don't have to sell the car for the price anymore. There's no haggling anymore. We don't haggle for the price of the car. We haggle for the price of the payment. We're going to turn your customers into payment customers. Now, this was convenience all get up for average people in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, because guys like me in my 20s and 30s, I could now go car shopping on a payment. I didn't have to worry about the price of the car anymore. It didn't stop me dead in my tracks if I saw a vehicle for $4,400. I went, oh, I don't care what the price of the car is. What's the payment? And the car dealers and the car companies, they would come up, and the lenders, they started coming up with 24-month loans, 30-month loans, 36-month loans. Then it was 42-month loans. Then they came up with 48-month loans. Then the car companies came up with the rebates. They came up with the extended warranties because they started to rust proof their cars at the factory so they wouldn't be rust buckets in 4 years. The bankers in Wall Street were telling the GM guys and the Ford guys, look, if you were to rust proof your car at the factory when you dip it in for the paint and all that stuff, the car will last another 2 years, which means we can lend money against the asset for another 24 months. That gives you the ability to sell the car on payments now for 48 months to 60 months, 5-year car loans, keeping the car payment down, 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 and affordable. Yeah, they're on the hook for 5 years, but you know what? They're saps. They'll sign anything. That car smells so nice and it's so shiny in the showroom. They'll sign the paperwork lickety split because they're going to just look at the payments. And if you're a salesman, if you're a car salesman and you're any good at your craft, you know what you did. You were saying to the customer, Mr. Jones, don't worry about the 5-year commitment on this payment. Don't worry about that. After 3.5 years, you come back with this car and we'll write you a new loan for a new car. We'll buy out your old one because your old car has value. You take good care of that car. Plus, it's not going to rust like it used to. You bring that car back after 3 years, and we'll give you a trade-in for like $2,000, which is more than what you owe on it. You only owe $1,500 on it. You got $500 equity. We'll roll you into a new car, a new 5-year loan. You'll always have a new car every 3 years, which is what your dad used to do. See? And so the illusion of a standard of living was maintained. We had the illusion that we were doing just as well as our parents did, if not better, because when we went to visit mom and dad, we noticed in the house the furniture was 15 years old. We noticed the appliances were 12 to 15 years old. We noticed mom and dad's TV was older. We noted that they lived a different lifestyle. Go to my house, I have the brand new Sony Trinitron television, which I got from Macy's or Eaton's or Sears on payments, sitting right here in my living room. I'm watching a color television that's a 26-inch or a 24-inch. My car in the driveway is only a year old. Still smells brand new, but I'm making payments on it. My furniture, nothing down at the furniture store because the furniture store also got approached by Wall Street. And they said, hey, why don't you sell your furniture for payments? No payments for the first 90 days. You remember when that came out? That was revolutionary. No payments for 90 days. And take delivery of the furniture and then just make monthly payments for 5 years. And you'd buy your living room set, your dining room set, you'd buy the bedrooms, and the whole house would be brand new furniture. So when you had the boss over for a dinner or you had friends and relatives over, you looked successful because all your furniture was relatively new, brand new color TV, nice shiny car in the driveway. Everything is great. The problem was that we were a cash flow people now. We were cash flowers. Our parents were cash payers. We were cash flowers. And that has continued to go unabated ever since. And if you walk into a car dealership now, what can you get now? Not only can you get rebates, cash back, you can get 0% financing, nothing down, no payments for 3 months, 6 months. Furniture stores, nothing down, no payments for a year. What would you like? Credit cards. You want a credit card? How would you like to shift your credit card from the one you have to the one we're offering? 0 interest for the first year. Just transfer your balance over to us for 1 year. No interest on the money you borrowed for the last 2 years. Carry that and go spend. And we'll give you points. And the points will get you a couple of bucks off of a airplane ticket if there's availability. But we're not going to talk about that. The standard of living for North Americans kept dripping down. And we were still getting those, we used to get those 6, 8, 10, 12% raises. When inflation backed off, and it did in the 80s finally, and interest rates peaked in the early 80s and began to back off, the standard of living didn't improve. The standard of living didn't improve. And the reason for the standard of living not improving, it's a problem with most of North America, is that we're indebted into the banks so badly. And it's not just the banks, it is the banks and all of their agents who are finding ways to help them lend money through all kinds of other programs out there. We are so in hock that we are still cash flow people. We're generally speaking cash flowers. And this pandemic has changed everything. And I'm coming back to the old pandemic. The pandemic might turn out to become the greatest wealth builder in American, North American, and European history of all time. Why do I say that? Because a lot of you out there have 2 cars or 3 cars at home, or used to have. And in the last year, you've all figured out, many of you have figured out, I don't need to commute to the office anymore. My wife and I do not both need to commute to the office anymore. And when I go to the office, I only go to the office like one day a week, or maybe one day a month, or twice a month. And I'm not going to drive to the office anymore. I'm going to take public transit, or I'm going to carpool with somebody, or I'm going to take Uber from the house to the train station, and then I'm going to train it in. I'm not going to have a car anymore. Those of you who are driving to work, those who had free parking, God bless you, you had free parking. Those who didn't have free parking, you noticed that through the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, the parking cost went up all the time. And some of you were paying like $10 a week to park your car when you first started working. And lately you've been paying $150 a month to park your car, on top of your car payment, on top of your insurance, on top of the gasoline, on top of keeping the damn thing running, and the stress of it all, and the drive back and forth. You're giving all that up. This has all been, I don't do that anymore. I stay home and work from home now. And I've just given up $500 a month in expenses. I've just given up $800 a month in expenses. My wife and I both don't commute anymore, and we're moving we're moving from where we are to where we want to be, and we're going to be living on a lower standard of living, lower cost of living. And we're down to 1 car, and the car we're down to is a used car, or the car we're down to is a new car with zero financing and really cheap payments, which are now weekly payments or bi-weekly payments instead of monthly payments. You notice how that came into play in the last 10 years? Bi-weekly payments, weekly payments. It's only $75 a week for the car. What's the big deal? It's $75 a week. Everything has shifted, but the wealth number has gone up. We are sitting on cash. We're not spending cash like we used to spend. We're not spending cash flow like we used to spend cash flow. That's what's changed. And we're not used to this. A lot of us are finding this is odd. We're looking at our so-called, I'm using an old term, we're looking at our bank balance. We don't look at bank balances anymore. Remember the old books you used to get from the banks? We look online on our phone. How much money have I got in my bank? What's in my checking account? What's in my account? And you're doing those of you who sit down and do the math, who actually do that, there's not many who do it, you figure out expenses and revenues, and you're going, well, something's not adding up here. I can't figure it out. And what you're not doing is you're not looking at what you used to spend versus what you're spending now. And you're figuring out, those who are doing this are going, oh my God, I used to buy a Starbucks on the way to the office at the just before I got the subway station. There was a Starbucks. I used to get my Starbucks and sip it in my subway car. By the time I got to the office, I was done, and I'd throw it in the garbage can, and then I'd go to the office. I don't buy that Starbucks coffee anymore. That thing was like $4. It's only $4. Yeah, it's only $4, 5 days a week, 20 days a month, $80 a month after tax. $80. I don't spend that anymore. Well, that's like making 110, 120 gross. You got to make 110 to clear 80. So there's your first 110 you're not spending gross. I'm not commuting to the office either. I'm not paying the $250 in and the $250 out, or the $4 in, or whatever your cost was to get to work and back. You're not paying that anymore. You're not buying lunch at the office. You used to bring lunch, but occasionally you'd buy a lunch, or you'd buy a pop. You'd buy a cold pop downtown for $1.25 a can, or whatever. You had an afternoon Starbucks break with a friend of yours every day. You're not doing that anymore. You're figuring out quickly, oh my God, I'm not spending $700 pre-tax money anymore. That's $10,000 a year. I'm not dropping 10 grand a year to get to work, to get home from work, to eat and have a coffee break and what. I'm not doing that anymore. And the temptation for me to spend money when I am downtown, I'm downtown with all the retailers and I want to buy something. I just see something in the window. I want it. I can't do that anymore. I'm not there. The temptation to spend like that isn't there anymore. Now, a lot of you ladies out there are saving even more money because you're not having to do the manicures as much. You're not having to get your hair done as much professionally. I mean, you're not having to spend on nylons, shoes, clothing. I mean, the cost to women is unbelievable compared to the cost to men to go into work and whatnot. The savings have been massive. This is money flowing right to your bottom line. This is money you're not spending. In other words, you're richer because you're not spending as much, which is an old expression that your parents used to tell you or your grandparents try to tell you. It's not how rich you are, it's how much you spend is your wealth. A lot of you have figured out in the last year, oh my God, I'm not spending near as what I used to spend on stuff I used to spend money on. I'm at home and I make my lunch here in the house. Sarah, welcome to the channel. Nice to have you here. I'm at home. If I want a coffee, I'm putting one of those pods into my machine over here. It's the same coffee at the office. It's the exact same pod that the office has. I'm just buying the pods at Costco. I'm going to Costco once every couple of weeks and I'm loading up on one of those 60 or 126 container pod units. Each coffee is costing me 33 cents a cup. I used to spend $5 at Starbucks because I also got a muffin, or I used to spend $8 at Starbucks because I had a little breakfast sandwich. I used to stop at McDonald's and I'd have a bacon and egg McMuffin and a coffee and $4 or $5 a day just for breakfast. I don't do that anymore. I eat breakfast at home. I eat lunch at home. And for dinner, my husband and I discuss, we kind of compare notes, and we're going to treat ourselves by ordering in McDonald's or ordering in delivery, or one of us is getting in the car and going to the Domino's and getting the $5.99 pizza, or we're going to Costco and buying the $9.99 combo pizza, half cheese, half pepperoni, and we're going to eat a slice each tonight, and then we have leftovers for the next 3 or 4 days. Lunchtime at work. Our cost of living has plummeted because of the COVID. And a lot of you are thinking, I'm not going back. There's no way I'm going back to that crap ever again. I'm not going back. I don't know if any of you have lost weight. I don't know. I don't know if all of you have gained weight. Half of you have gained or lost. I know a lot of you used to work out at gyms, which was a gym membership. Now you did the Peloton thing, or you're riding bikes in your neighborhoods. Again, that's all over the map. But I can tell you a lot of you have raised your standard of living significantly, and you have figured out, oh my God, I can throw an extra $200 this month at the Visa bill. That balance we've been carrying, that $3,800 balance, the $4,800 ones, the $16,000 balances on all our credit cards, or all our loans, like the car loans, the furniture loan, the zero interest deal that's ending, the credit card bills we have. We're in debt $40,000. And the two of us were working and we're making $120,000 a year. So $40,000 debt didn't scare us. All of a sudden we're making $120,000 a year, but we're not spending $15,000 a year of that anymore. It's in our hand. That's $1,250 a month. You're making $1,250 a month changes to your lifestyle, month after month after month after, and it piles up. It doesn't sound like much for after 2 months, but after 6 months, you've noticed, we can pay off right now this month. We can pay off the balance of that credit card. We haven't paid that thing off in 8 years. Let's get rid of that one. 3 months later, we can pay off the rest of the car loan over here. We can just get rid of it. We just lowered our cost of living by another $400 a month because you remember $100 a week in payments. You're looking at the payments you can get rid of now, and you're going, not only am I paying $1,000 a month less to go to work, come back, and eat and all that. Now I'm paying $200 a month less in this payment, $150 less in this payment, $300 a month less in that payment. That's all also compounding to your wealth, which allows you to raise your payments to the remainder of your debt faster, to get out of debt even faster. And what are the interest rates doing? They're low. They're very low. They're below inflation. The greatest transference of wealth and the greatest cost of living increase, or best wealth increase, has happened in the last year and a half, and it's still happening. It's driving the politicians crazy. It's driving businesses up the wall. It's driving forecasters crazy. They can't figure it out. There's $20 billion cash in people's savings accounts because they long ago paid off their debts. There are people out there who only owed $5,000, $10,000 before COVID. They paid off their debts in the first 3 months of COVID. First 6 months, that's all gone. Now, for the last year, they've been piling money into savings. Where's a lot of that money going? Hello, they're watching Uncle Bruce. They're trading on these. They're not watching Uncle Bruce and they're trading on these and they're getting their butts handed to them. I understand. Then those who are watching Uncle Bruce are trading on this and going, I'm not quite getting my butt handed to me anymore because I'm following what Uncle Bruce is telling me to do. And he's kind of making sense about this diversified portfolio idea and perhaps writing options to increase your income into your household. Yeah. Sound familiar? Reduce your expenses, increase your revenue. Oh, are you getting richer? Yes, you are. Are you millionaires because of it? No, no. Are you more comfortable? Probably. And this compounds. This continues to compound. And the American economy, the Canadian economy, the European, the standard of living of middle class, upper middle class citizens is rising dramatically. And the airlines are dying for us to come back. The hotels are dying. The Starbucks at the downtown office towers are dying. The food courts at the office buildings are dying for us to come back to spend $9.99 on a Subway sandwich and a drink. Dying to make us a sandwich for $10 with a pop that costs them $2 to make. It's not their fault. They're paying $8 a sandwich in rent. They have to charge you 10. They're paying $8 rent. The landlord is the one who's charging. You're not supporting the landlord anymore. Oops, landlords are having problems in downtown America, Canada, whatever. It's the greatest transfer of wealth of all time. If you play your cards right, you have made this work for you. And your grandparents, if they were alive or they're alive, but they're not able to comprehend what's happening, are very proud of you. They're going, wow, this is nice to see because our kids, they got into this payment trap, this cash flow trap in the 80s, the 70s, the 80s with this crazy inflation number that went stupid and it wouldn't stop. And now the grandkids, these 30 and 40-year-old grandkids of ours, look at these kids. And now hopefully their kids will be trained by mom and dad to say, hey, I know you want to get a college degree at Stanford or you want to get this or you want to do that. But I'm just telling you, you can do a lot more with your life than what I did, which is commuting to the office every day. That's not in your future anymore. It doesn't have to be part of your future. A lot of the kids are saying to their parents, Mom, Dad, I know. I have one of these. I have this. I have my Apple computer. I got my iPad. I'm a YouTuber, Mom. Dad, Dad, I've got a TikTok channel. I make $10,000 a month on TikTok, Dad. You don't have to help me on it. There are those kids, but then there are the other kids who are, they're doing what they're doing, and their world is completely different than the world that you grew up in, and that your parents grew up in, and your grandparents grew up in. From where I'm coming from, when I grew up in the 70s, I'm watching my dad, and I'm watching my mom, and I'm looking at my parents going, oh my God, my mother has a retail store, my father has a retail store, my father is a traveling musical instrument salesman on the road. My mother makes dresses on the side, not only for her store, but also for custom orders. She does alterations. They're doing everything to survive. The music store offered music lessons to keep cash flow coming in. I'm watching all this, watching these two juggle all this stuff with 3 children, a house with a mortgage, 2 stores with rental payments, 2 cars. I think they were bought and paid for because they were crap. And I'm just going, oh my God. And I got to grow up now to become an adult. And how am I going to do it? How's this going to work for me? Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. That was what I saw with my mom and dad. My grandparents, they were retired now, and very few were alive because the war took care of them. And I didn't get to see how the grandparents handled it. But I can tell you that my grandparents, my mother and father's parents, were dirt poor broke because they grew up in the recession, the depression of the 30s. They had nothing. And the war took care of the rest. This is, of course, Europe. So they lost it all. Whatever they had, they lost. And they never had a thing after that. All they ended up with at the end was a pension check from their government, which is West Germany. And thankfully, even though the Germans lost the war, the West Germans won the post-war race back to prosperity. East Germans lost the war to prosperity after the war, but the West Germans won, and all West Germans nationals were paid a reasonable pension with all benefits, all medical, all everything. And so the seniors who had fought the war, survived the war, whatever the war, were looked after by the children of the seniors and the grandchildren of the seniors, because the birth rate exploded in Germany and taxpayers were born, created, educated for free, had jobs, and the government spent money on infrastructure like you could not believe. And so Germans and other nations like Japanese, oh, did they do well in the 60s, in the 70s, and the 80s when the inflation thing took it out on us. The Europeans and the Japanese flourished. Why? Because they had invested in infrastructure and education and healthcare socially for 20 years since the war, and now the dividends were being paid, and America was collapsing under its own weight, and Canada. The Brits, oh gosh, England, the UK in the 70s, what a disaster. I mean, economic nightmare. I mean, bad, bad. Lasted to the 80s. The standard of living in the UK collapsed for most middle class UK people. But others did rather well. And there's the difference. And now here we are today, 2021, November the 11th, on Remembrance Day, Veterans Day, to say thank you to all our veterans over all these conflicts for their service. And we're beginning to notice inflation rear its ugly head again. And those of us who are 66, that's me, I have a memory of being 15 to 25 years old watching this, and now have had time to absorb and understand what it did. What did inflation do to my world, to my mother and father's wealth, to friends of mine, to the standard of living of my generation and people ahead of me, people behind me? Devastating, absolutely devastating. And here we are, and there's still the lingering effects are still here. The zero down 96-month car payment, the mortgages that are now 25, 30-year mortgages, balloon payments. It's still here. Never went away, will never go away, because we like the easy way out. We're fat and we're lazy, most of us. And because we're fat and we're lazy, we're getting creamed. But the COVID virus has given us a break. And for some of us, not every single one of us, but for a high number of us, we have had the greatest gift given to us without having to go to a world war to get out of a mess, an economic mess. We didn't have to send our children to fight a world war, and hopefully we won. We're in a war. It's a world war. It's a pandemic. It is a world war of an invisible enemy that everyone has, and we're trying to win. And the effect of the war, of this pandemic, has been an increase in the cash flow of many Westerners, Canadians, Americans, Europeans, the G20. And a lot of us inside those countries have actually benefited if we survived it and if we were smart enough to get vaccinated. But many of us have lost as well. Many have blown it. And by blowing it, it runs the gamut from just not recognizing the increased cash flow or the world at large, how it's going, or just not paying attention, or really digging into paying off debt, or not getting vaccinated, getting ill, and dying. And there are more and more of us now know people personally or indirectly. We have a friend that knows someone who died from the virus that shouldn't have died from the virus. That is beginning to permeate the system, the world. And within the next year, it will be to the point where 99% of us will all be able to say, yeah, I know someone that died from this. They say they had a cold. They say they got the flu. But I know what killed them. And That's the war. We're in the world war, in that world war. And there you are. So there's my rant for the day. Welcome to Veterans Day. Welcome to higher inflation. Welcome to COVID. Welcome to a better standard of living. Welcome to the markets. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for hanging around. Thank you for being healthy and surviving so far. Please stay healthy and please survive. Yeah, there you have it. What's going to happen today? I don't know how busy we're going to be today. It could be a wishy-washy day. I'm worried about tomorrow. I'm worried about tomorrow for the big markets, not for the stocks that I'm following necessarily, because the stocks that we're following here are growth stocks. These up and comers, we're on the right. We're on the right in the right area here. But I do wonder about tomorrow. What will the bond market do tomorrow? Was it is it has had now 24 hours? It's been given 24 hours to think about what happened yesterday afternoon in the bond market, and it'll think about it overnight, and then tomorrow we start off. I will say this. I read an article this morning about Evergrande, that Chinese real estate entity that was, the talk was they were going under. Apparently they didn't go under. At the last minute, they made payments again. Now the word is that the Chinese government, which has been largely responsible for Evergrande's demise, seems to be at the last minute helping them get through each crisis. And I think what's happening here is the Chinese leadership are saying to the entrepreneurs of China, the so-called billionaires that have done really well, they're reminding them that you guys might be worth billions of dollars, but we in Beijing can crush you at a moment's notice, and we can take you out. Now, we can take you out by just sending secret police to your house at 2 a.m. and very discreetly, escorting you in a van to a military base, and no one ever knew what happened to you, and no one will ever speak your name again. We can do that. You always know we can do that, but we're not going to do that. We don't need to do that. What we're going to do, and what we've been up to, and what we've been working on here. We started with Mr. Jack Ma over at Alibaba. We showed him and showed all of his friends and all the other billionaires what could happen to you by what we did to Jack. And Jack is the official word is Jack is retired, and he's at home and he's enjoying life. The reality is he's under house arrest. They took away his cell phone. He has no internet. He has no way to call a friend. He can't. He's yelling, "I've been kidnapped," and we don't hear it because he's in a space capsule. And when you yell in a space capsule, outside the capsule, you hear nothing. He is isolated and is now out of circulation, and that's the end of that. And no one's going to talk about it. Nobody will talk about what's happening to Jack Ma in China. Nobody. Now they're showing, the Chinese authorities are showing all the other businesses out there. We're reining in internet freedoms. We're reining in gaming. We're reining in education. We're reining in real estate speculation. And you guys at Evergrande or Evergrate or Ever whatever, you guys, we're gonna take care of you guys. We're going to bring you to the brink of collapse and then allow you a reprieve if you follow our directions. And what is our direction? Our direction is we want you out of businesses you don't belong in. You guys got too big for your britches. Do you know what britches are? Those suspenders that guys used to wear, old men wear, the britches. You got too big for those. And we want you back to where you belong. Where do you belong? You belong in just the real estate business, nothing but the real estate business. We want you out of the soccer league business. We want you out of the media business. We want you out of the automotive business. We want you out of the vacation business. We want you out of this, out of that, out of this, out of that. Whatever else you're into, all these other activities, we want you out. So how we're going to do this is we're going to allow you to sell out of all these other entities and interests that you're involved with. And I'm not talking just one company. I am talking about thousands of Chinese entrepreneurs are being told, not so subtly, behind closed doors where there's no media to report and there's no one like you and I listening in. The reality is there's all kinds of reorganization going on in China, and there's people going back to where they belong, into their little cubby holes where you belong, and you stay in your little area, and you can make your money there, but you get out of everyone else's areas. And That's what's going on. It's going to continue to go on, and Evergrande continues to find ways to, at the last minute, make a payment on this note and on that note. And we're hearing now more reports. Oh, there's going. The rumor is they're going to sell this interest in this business. Oh, apparently this is up for sale. Or oh, they're going to sell that in U.S. or they're selling that in France. They're selling that in Italy. They're raising cash. They're getting out, and they're being brought back to earth, down to size, by the Chinese authorities, because the boys in Beijing who run that whole fiefdom over there have now decided to rewrite communist history, and that Xi Jinping, whatever this guy's name is, this current dictator that China has, the greatest thing to happen to China since 1945, baby. This guy is everything. They're rewriting their own history now to actually think that we in the West are fooled by these morons. Come on. It's a dictator like Saddam Hussein, who was a dictator in Iraq, rewrote Iraqi history that claimed that this guy was the god of gods, and no one opposed him, because if you opposed him, you disappeared. Now, Saddam had ways of, he was a little more blunt with how he took care of opposition people, where in China it's more subtle, it's more refined. Where's Jack Ma? I thought he was coming here for lunch today to talk to us. He's got to reschedule. Something came up. A week later, where's Jack Ma? Has anyone heard from Jack Ma? No, I haven't heard anything from Jack Ma. No. A week later, where's Jack Ma? Who's Jack Ma? Never heard of the guy. Don't know who that guy is. 5 years from now, there will be no trace of Jack Ma anywhere, ever, in any corporate records, in any corporate anything. It'll only be in the West. We in the West will remember Jack Ma, who brought Alibaba public through the New York Stock Exchange. In China, he will be a person that it doesn't existo, non-existo personality. Only Mr. Jing, whatever his name is that's the only guy you're going to know about, because he created everything and he's the god of China. There you go. Until, of course, he croaks. And then there'll be statues to him, like there are statues to these other guys. And everyone has to bow to the statue. And then whoever the next guy is the next guy. And away we go. That's how dictatorships run. That's dictatorship 101 lesson for you today. Anyway, that's China. Okay, there you go. Sofi, $24 on the pre-market. Sofi beat on every metric last night. Their earnings came out, and Oppenheimer was dead on accurate. They said 2 days ago, we think that Sofi will exceed their wildest, every analyst's wildest expectation of results. That's what they did. The stock is trading at $23.98 to $24 a share. Pre-market, 4 million shares this morning. Traded a lot more than that last night. Looking like a good opening today. We're opening in 2 minutes coming up here. We're kind of happy about how that is working and how that is coming together. Rocket Lab is at $14.19, down 40 cents. So it had a good day yesterday, and it's backing off a bit today. Or did it even have a good day yesterday? I don't even remember anymore. It's a blur. Life is a blur. GameStop, $200.24, up $1 in the pre-market. Matterport, $21.90, up 63 cents. Yeah, thank you very much. Happy to see that. We had an 80-cent drop yesterday, so we're getting most of that back today. $21.90. 23andMe, $12.10, up 58 cents. Yay! 58,000 traded, so that's good to see. That looks to be recovering all of its loss. 41-cent loss yesterday, 58-cent gain this morning. We're just about to open here. Spire is at $5.70, up 33 cents. On 98,000 shares. Thank you very much. About time. ATIP, $3.90 a share, down 3 cents on 87,000. So far, quiet. I question who was buying most of that stock yesterday. We traded 30-odd million shares yesterday. Was half of that bought by an investor, like a Ryan Cohen kind of guy, and it's never coming back. And the other half was just churn over. We'll have to watch for this. This could be most entertaining. Anyway, we're about to start the trading for the day. Let's get into it, see how we're doing. It's official. We're trading, Larry. The bells are ringing, man. It's official, baby. Thank you, Larry, so much. We're up and running. Let's see what's going on. And let's see if anyone can make some money today. I think we can. There might be some of my viewers who are thinking, you know what, Bruce? I might start writing some call options on my Sofi. What call options do you think I should write? My thinking is if this stock is going to open in this 24 neighborhood, we'll find out in the first half hour what it really wants to do. Let's give the stock a little time to figure it out. Maybe you might write 2250s that are literally in the money. You might write 23s, 2350s, 24s, 2450s, or 25s. You might write those. On the other hand, if our shares of Sofi, by the way, 896 of you are here. Thank you for being here today. 289 thumbs ups. Thank you for the thumbs ups already. If you can hit that thumbs up button for me and get us to 500 real fast, that would really help the show. Thank you, everybody. Look, if the stock wants to go to 26 bucks, 27 bucks, okay, fine. Then you can write 26s and 27s, 2750s. But I would write 25s. If the stock goes to 26, I'd write 25s. Why? One, you want to get, say, for December, a big fat premium on top of the book value. If it's giving it to you, the option has to give you a fat premium. And if there's any profit taking, and there will be, there always is, the stock goes to 26 and a half and then backs off to 24. There you go. There's your opportunity to buy back your 25s out of the money. They shrink. You can buy a call for Friday if you want, but I would look at next week, the week after, the week after. You can write weeklies now on SoFi, and you can write them at almost every 50-cent level or every dollar level. Take a look at some of those and see what they can do for you. We're open and we're running here. We're trading. Rocket Lab is down 34 cents to 14.25 on 232,000 to start the day. SoFi 23.58. High of 24.65, 23.58, up 316. 9.5 million shares traded so far. This first half hour, it'll jump up and down a couple of bucks, down $1, up $1. Give it some time. If it reaches this 24.50, 25 range, like I said, you might want to write 24s. You might want to write a contract $1 in the money for like 2 or 3 weeks out. Yeah. I'm telling you to write in the money contracts. I'm telling you. And take the dollar now that you have earned. They'll pay it to you. Plus the premium on top of that, you might get $3 for a contract. Maybe you can get $3.50 for a contract, depending how far out you go. Bring in a pile of cash right now for your SoFi. You've earned it. Put it in your account and sit there. Keep that in there as a dry powder, and just watch this stock do its thing. Let's see what happens. But if in the next 30 minutes it goes to 25, 26, well, then you're going to write 24s and 25s. It's okay. Even if you write 23s and it goes to 26, don't worry about it. Do not fret about it. Let the stock figure itself out. If you take a fat premium today in cash right now, and this afternoon you can buy that call back for $2 less, do it. Take your $2 today. You're holding the stock anyway. You're not going anywhere. Let's see how this goes. Let's no rush. 23.70. I love this. GameStop 199.39 up 20 cents. Matterport 21.74, 21.61 up 34 cents on 89,000 shares. Go Matterport. ME 12.19 up 67 cents on 176,000 shares. We're looking for that to go higher. Spire 5.28 down 9 cents. Forget what the pre-market was. Forget what the pre-market did. We have shorters here who want to crush this stock and crush your will to live. They're against you. They hate you. They don't like you. They're not your friend. They're trying to crash this market. It's 530 right now. The low is 516. 219,000 traded. This is a bargain down here, and this is a $15 stock. By the by, I noticed today that over at Barrington, they had a buy recommendation on the stock. Not Barrington, Benchmark Securities. They cut their price target for your Spire. They cut it. It's now $14. So by cutting it from 20 to 14, they're saying it's worth $14. We think it's going to go to 14. It's trading at $5.30 a share. So there's $8.70 upside on this stock, according to this brokerage firm. So you're safe to get involved here. You're okay. Okay. Nobody puts SoFi in the corner. Yeah, fun times. What else is going on here? Let's take a look at some other stocks. Spire 5.28 down 9 cents. Pick that up. ATIP down 17 cents at 375 on 404,000 shares. This stock is on its way back. It will run its way back. It's worth $10 a share, in my opinion. That's where it should go. It'll get there within the year. Down here, you buy it. That's what you do. You pick it up or buy up options. When it backs off, it's Bargoon City. You scoop it up and you run it. You ride the thing higher. 376. Smart Rent 1122 down $1.12. This is ridiculous. This company is sitting on 430 million in cash. If I got my numbers right, I wrote this down last night, and I'm gonna double check my notes. I'm gonna tell you right now. Smart Rent. No, I was wrong. They're sitting on $472 million in cash. That's this company right here, Smart Rent, that is trading right now at 11.12 a share. Their market cap right now is 2.15 billion. 478 of that million is cash. Over 20% of the company is cash. I keep using that word, cash. This stock should be 25 bucks a share. Guess what they're going to do with the $472 million of cash that they have? They're going to acquire assets. They're going to acquire assets likely that are privately traded assets and vend them into this company. They're going to bring cash flow into this company. They're growing their customer base dramatically. They're going to build their cash flow, their earnings. This cash, I keep referring to, $472 million of this cash, is going to be used to grow this company dramatically. And at 11.07, it's a joke. This is a bargain of epic proportion. This is an easy double. Just saying. They have, did I mention it before? They have cash of $472 million in the bank. I like Smart Rent a lot. Sextera up 6 cents to $9.87. You know how it jumps around. It jumps up 20 cents, down 20 cents. No one is saying a word. There's something cooking. I know there's something going on, but no one is talking. It's just like ME when it was $7.50 a share. You remember ME at $7.50, $7.80? It would get to 8 and then go back to $7.80. It would get to 8 and go back to $7.70. It could never go through 8. It just couldn't do it. We knew something was going on. We never knew what. And then all hell broke loose. And they took somebody over, and here we are at whatever, ME now at 12.43. And that's only just beginning. So welcome back to the party, pal. Welcome to the party, pal. We're up 91 cents on ME. Down 29 on Rocket Lab, 14.30. We're up 268 on Sofi to 23.10. GameStop, 153 gain to $200.72. Matterport up 31 cents to 21.58. ME up 88 cents to 12.40. Spire now up a dime to 5.47. It got down to 5.16 on the hit. It's now 241,000 traded, 5.47 up 10 cents, climbing. ATIP down 18.5 cents, 374.50. Smart Rent 11.21 down $1.14. That's a bargain. Options, $10 options, you buy those. 12.50 options, you buy those into next year. February, March, April. Pick up the 10s. My God, pick up the 10s. You're going to love me later. You're going to love me a lot. Sixtera, 9.87. Pick up $10 call options on that. Absolutely pick those up. AMC down 53 cents to 37.76. The president of the company is selling 52 million shares. He's selling a bunch of his stock. He's dumping stock. $52 million worth of stock. Yeah, he's selling a bunch of stock. Robinhood down 33 cents. Vanek Vectors up 287. Robinhood up $1.41. IBM up $1.41. Dow down 62 points. Microsoft up 165. Apple up 56 cents. Tesla up $8 to 1,076. Elon's selling $5 billion of his stock. I think it's already been done. And he was asking people on Twitter, should I sell it? He already did it. He didn't care what your answer was. He'd already sold it. Just so you know. Bed Bath & Beyond up 58 cents. BlackBerry up a dime. Royal Caribbean 87.87 down 88 cents. Goldman Sachs up 63 cents to 399.75. That is a bargain down there. Amazon up 20 bucks, Facebook up 350, Google up $18 a share. Cisco 57.75 down 2 pennies. That's what's going on the opening markets, kids. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the craziness, the fun times, the potential, the everything. $22.98 now on Sofi as it is consolidating a bit. Give it an hour. Just let it kind of settle in. Let's see what it wants to do. Volume on Sofi now is 15 million already, 15.1. $22.94 up 252, low of 22.85. We'll see where it bottoms out. Probably takes a run and see how high it wants to go, and then start looking to right options. Making money, taking in money. GameStop 201 up 224. Matterport 21.56 up 29 cents. Got up to 21.90, now 21.56. Got as low as 21.39. ME up $1.18 now to 12.70. Low was 12.01 at the opening this morning. We're now at 12.70, up $1.18 on 23 and me. Looking great. Spire 545 up 8 cents. ATIP now down 23.5 cents at 369.5, now at 370. This is the low of 365.5 on the day, 610,000 traded. And I am asking myself, is it possible that there had been a buyer coming in yesterday and they just bought up all the ATIP people wanted to sell? And is this buyer lurking in the sidelines right now, watching the stock just to see how low it's going to go, how much is coming in, and it's going to start buying it up again? Is there a concentrated effort between the founders of the company out of Boston who own 55% of this thing, friends of theirs, that are going to pick up all the stock of ATIP under $5 a share and just put it away? Could that be happening? Could be interesting. We're at 371, 372 now. We're up 7 cents from the low of the day. I don't know, but I get the vibe. I just get the vibe that ATIP is not the same anymore. And yesterday, this stock was introduced to tens of millions of investors for the very first time who had never heard of this company before. And they're looking into it. There's a percentage of those folks who are digging into this company and trying to figure out, is this a good deal down here? Should I buy this stuff? It was a SPAC, right? It was a $10 SPAC. It was held there for like ever. And then it collapsed down here. Is this really too far? Is this like an easy 750 a share stock? I mean, is it easy? Should I get in at 373, 374? We're trading it right now. Should I pick this up and go for a run with this thing? That is what's being asked. And I think in almost 9 of 10 cases, people will go, yeah, I think I should buy this. But I've got this thingy. There's this thingy that I've got. I'm not showing you my thingy. You can just imagine what it looks like. I've got this thingy that says, maybe this stuff has been accumulated here all day yesterday, and the street doesn't get it. They have no idea. They just think this is a correction. There's no such thing as a correction on this stock now. We should have had that months ago. Though this is an orchestrated buying attack on the stock. We're at 379, by the way. We're climbing again. Orchestrated attack to buy up everything for sale. Just give it to me. And we might be starting all over again. I don't know. I'm just saying, could be. 535 on Spire, down 2 cents. ATIP 379 right now, down 14 cents on 661,000 shares. Spire volume at 535, 286,000 shares. We do not have enough buying coming in from the retail world, from any one individual on Spire to really make it happen. But it's going to happen on Spire too. Spire will take a shot, but it could be possibly that ATIP gets accumulated here and might pass Spire in price. It can happen. Do not think it won't. It could happen. 377 to 379 on ATIP. Smart Rent 1114 down 121. I'm not even worried about it. ME up 148 to $13. $13 on your ME now. $13. It got the 1358 just a little while ago. That would have been November the 8th, 3 days ago. We're probably going to break that. It's going higher. $13 on the ME. Matterport up 35 cents. GameStop up 341. Sofi 23.23 up 281 right now. The low was 22.85. We're now 23.23 on Sofi. We're up about 40 cents a share from the low. Watching it very closely. Rocket Lab down 61 cents to 13.98. It's been a goofy ride. We got as high as 16.07 on November the 4th, a week ago. We were at 16.08 or so, 16.07. Here we are at 13.93, a bargain on Rocket Lab. What can I tell you? You buy when it's low, you run it on the way up, And once we're over the $20 mark, you start writing options. You let them run up and you write calls. They come back down, you buy the calls back. They run back up again, you write calls, backs off again, you buy the calls back. It's so easy. It's just so easy. Anyway, 23.23 on SoFi, 203 up $4 on GameStop. Matterport 21.70 up 43 cents. ME 1301. Spire 534 down 3 cents. ATIP at 379 only down 14 cents now. Smart Rent 1101 down $1.34. Cyxtera 976 down a nickel. That's where we are at the moment. Right now, the Dow's down 57 points, S&P up 10, NASDAQ up 121. Not liking these markets very much. They're not showing me a big time correction, a big time comeback. Today's going to be a nothing burger day on the big indexes. It's going to be a nothing burger day until tomorrow, when we see what the effect of the bond markets will have on this. Will these folks shrug it off? Will the bond market shrug it off and continue on? We're gonna find out tomorrow. In the meantime, we're watching what we're watching, and we're gonna see where these markets want to take us. And for some of you today, I think you can make some money today. I think you'll be richer. How about all that? Anyway, welcome all. It's nice to see you around here. Those of you who were with me last night, I hope you enjoyed last night's show. We had fun last night, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. It was our first ever prime time Uncle Bruce show. Uncle Bruce in prime time, 8 o'clock Eastern time last night. Every Wednesday night, we will be on live for just members. And we had a good time last night. A lot of really good comments made last night. A lot of questions asked. Did my best to answer them. I thank all of you who joined me last night. Didn't get much sleep last night, but what I did, it was good. I slept well. I tell you, I was tired. Very pleased to have done that show. We're up 156 now on ME, up to 1308. We're going higher on ME. We're going. It's flying. We're crushing it. It's happening. Go ME. I'm going to show you my thingy, Bruce. No, don't show me. Don't show me your thingy. No, we don't want that. There's this green thingy, and then there's this red thingy coming towards the green thingy, and I think we're the green thingy, and there's this red thing. I don't want to know anything about the thingy. No, I don't. That's how I picked up my first wife. ME traded halted, I think. It froze. Lots of movement on ME. I'm not showing halted. It is still trading, and it is running. Smart Rent 1088. Bargoon. Time to buy calls on Smart Rent or the stock itself. Steal it from children who are selling it. Idiots. SoFi 23.23 up 281. GameStop up 333 to 202. Matterport up 45 to 2172. ME 1305 up 153. High of the day 1320. Trading at 1308 right now. Up 156 on 642,000 shares. No trading. That's 600,000 shares. It's up $1.50. Hello. To 15 to 20 and beyond. Yes, ME will go higher. Remember Richard Branson? You remember that name? He's in this. All of his pals, they're in this. It's going higher. Okay, there's some real serious people in here. We're gonna have fun. Let's go SoFi. Oh my gosh. Let's make some money, folks. What can we do? What else is happening? My $15 SoFi call jumped 45% since yesterday. Glad I stayed strong and patient because I surely was getting nervous. Isn't it nice how that SoFi is picking up there? Nice. If you folks are making good money on your SoFi calls, you might want to take advantage of selling the calls and starting to buy up the SoFi stock, get 100-share blocks together, start getting ready to write options. We're approaching $24 on your SoFi. Get ready for option writing day. Well, 23.30 on SoFi, soon to be 24 at a market near you. We're up 3 on GameStop. We're at 41 on Rocket Lab. We're up 52 on Matterport. ME 1307 up 155. Spire down 1 penny a share. ATIP 374 down 19. Smart Rent 1108 down 128. The low of the day on Smart Rent 1087, now 1108, coming back on a bit. There it is. Cyxtera just went positive. 982 up a penny, just went green. That's another greenie on our charts here. Another greenie coming around. Okay, GameStop up 345, 23.28 on SoFi. 21.84 on Matterport, going for 22. 13.08 on ME, 13.08. And climbing Spire 537, unchanged now. Spire volume 317,000, unchanged. Volume on ATIP 780,000, down 18 cents to 375 right now. in this market. Thank you, everybody. Bargoon Day, here we are. Oh boy. Hey, Uncle Bruce, I bought $30 Sofi covered calls many months ago, expiring in January. Getting nervous. It may not make it. Should I take a loss, flick them as it climbs, or roll them over in January? Emlyn, you just sit tight. Let the stock come to you because it's coming to you. It's coming, baby. It's coming to you. Now, I think you're going to actually make money on these. I really do. January. This is November 11th. I think you're going to make money on them. Yeah, just sit tight. Stock's coming to you. It's coming, baby. Julie, thanks for the Wednesday night Q&A and the lessons last night. Uncle Brucey, good stuff. Prime time. What lamp? What lamp? There's no lamp. What's the strategy on buying back a covered call when you rolled into it? Do you even consider what you had spent to get it back before writing in the current one? Not sure what this means exactly. First of all, you do not care what you paid for the stock when you write a call option. You do not care what you paid for your stock. You paid more. You paid what it's trading at. You paid less. It doesn't matter. You're writing a call option based on what the stock is doing now, where it is this moment. Is it on a bit of a run right now? You might want to write a call option against it. Is it at a high level lately, at its high range? You might want to look at writing call options against it. Is it acting in a mediocre kind of way? Has it been under pressure lately? You may want to write short-term, just out of the money calls. There's all kinds of strategies on this stuff. You're looking to bring in income. You're looking for time premium shrinkage. That's what you want. You want shrinkage. You want a George Costanza. I was in the pool. You're looking for shrinkage. You're looking to write a contract at $4 that's going to be worth $1 in the next week and a half, 2 weeks, because it's running out of time to survive. That's what you're looking for. Sell it for, buy it for $1. Sell at $2.50, buy at $1.50. Sell at $1.10, buy at 25 cents. You're looking for shrinkage. You did very well, Uncle Bruce. Thanks for the show, says Bobby. Thank you, Bobby. Jake, Bruce, what are your thoughts on a stock market reaction to new lockdowns or restrictions in the United States? Countries with low vaccination rates, a lot of us, are clamping back down on Europe right now. Yeah, it could happen. I think there'll be a battle between states and the feds, especially the red states and the federal government. There'll be a battle there. So it won't be uniform. It won't be unified. This world war that is being waged right now, not all Americans are on the same team. Not all Canadians, not all Brits, not all Europeans. We're not on the same side. We're all over the map right now, and that's unfortunate. That's why the war is lasting so long. We enjoyed the show a lot last night. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Looking forward to next week's show, says Aurora. Oh, thank you so much. Uncle Bruce, prime time was great. Lots of info. Vilbus, or do you just buy it back on the dip that works for you so you can be free to write the next? Yeah, Vilbus, you're looking for a dip, man. That's what I was talking about. SoFi 2304 right now, up 262. It's jumping around. You can write 2250s and look for a dip, or write 24s, look for a dip. Write 25s 3 months out, look for a dip. I mean, whatever you want. 2293, it's jumping around. You got to decide for yourself how you want to play this. It's up 252. Now it's at 323 again. I mean, it's jumping around. You got to decide, what do you want to be here? What kind of option writer do you want to be on this thing? Matterport 2196 up 69 cents, going for 22. 23andMe 1289 up 137. Spire up a dime now, 547 on Spire on 327,000. No volume, now up a dime. ATIP down 6 cents, 387. ATIP coming on big time. 365,000 shares. Everything's being bought up. 388, 389 right now, down 4 cents. ATIP is being bought up and is being accumulated. Whatever you want to sell, we'll take it off your hands. Just give it to us. Just give it to us right here. We'll take it. Thank you. We'll buy it. We're happy to buy it. Could it break $4.40 today? Yes. Could it break $5 today? Yes, it could. Will it? I don't know, but it could. 388.5 on ATIP. Moving higher, baby. We're down only 4.2 cents here. Smart Rent 11.10 down $1.25. Smart Rent got down to 10.87. It's now coming back on a bit. ATIP 389 a share. Spire 550 up 13 cents. 557 on Spire, just jumped 7 cents. The high of the day, 591. That was the opening. 557 up 20 cents on Spire. 335,000. Spire is moving. ATIP is moving to 390 now. 395 on your ATIP. Just jumped 5 cents. It's up on the day. Your ATIP is up. Your Spire 556. It's up. ME 13 bucks. It's up. Matterport up 65. It's up. GameStop is 200. It's up. 201 practically. 23 bucks on SoFi. It's up. Rocket Lab only down 23 cents. It's coming back. Sextera is up. Everything is turning green on the stocks we follow closely right now. 394 on ATIP, 557 on Spire. They're going higher. Spire is going higher. It's on fire. How about that? Yoo-hoo! 394 on ATIP. The high today, 395.5. We're at 395 right now on ATIP, hitting new highs right now. 961,000. How much you want to sell? You want out? Sell it to us. We're taking you out. ATIP is being gobbled up. I don't know who's doing it, but I sense someone is buying up all the stock on ATIP and saying, I'll take it. I'll take it right here. Give it to me. Give me all you want. I'll take it out. This stock's not coming back. These aren't being bought by day traders. I don't think so. I get this. Just get this vibe. Someone's buying up the stock. This is too obvious. It's in your face, man. I'm in your face saying, sell it to me. I'm taking it off your hand. Don't be selling this ATIP. Join the party, pal. 292, 293. Oh boy. 555 on Spire, 1275 on ME, 2177 on Matterport, GameStop, $238, 2298 on SoFi, only down 18 cents on Rocket Lab. It's coming back. The high of the day on Rocket Lab, 1450. We're at 1432 right now on Rocket Lab, coming on. 548 on Spire, 392 on ATIP, Smart Rent, 11 bucks, Sextera, 982. Something's happening out there. Lots of activity, guys. Lots and lots and lots. We sure got colorful language last night, Uncle Bruce. How do we watch the primetime show? I missed it. I think if you go to your community tab as a member, you'll find the link to last night's show. You should be able to find it there. I made $470 in the first 5 minutes, thanks to my taking profit. But I have to mention, I lost yesterday $300 because I couldn't change the stop loss at my leverage position on SoFi. Interesting. I don't know what's going on. Weird. Let's see here. No thingies, please. No thingies. Good day for Uncle Bruce. I'm not selling covered calls on SoFi. The premiums are not worth it yet. Smart Rent calls won't go down. Interesting. Uncle Bruce, why, when analysts procrastinate on our stocks, they go to 6 ATIP or 28 SoFi, and they're very pensive on the PT. Why can't someone actually say what a real price target and go for a $33+ shot? Oh, well, some of these guys are very, very, they're very nervous. They're not aggressive. They're patient people. They're going to take time. Maybe you're the one in the hurry, and they're not. I don't know. The fun. Uncle Bruce, I use my phone for my broker, but has to be left in the car at work. About 6 minutes walk away. Is it still worth it to try to trade options with the volatility that can happen at the right time frame? Oh my God. Oh gosh. This is not how you're supposed to trade options. You should not be 6 minutes away from your phone at work trying to trade options. Fun. This is not good. You either got to change your job, or you got to change your job. One or the other. Michael, is it time to maybe move some money into REITs, Bruce? Not sure about that. It just picked up more Smart Rent, 1250 call for March 22. Thanks, Bruce. Bobby Smart Rent call purchases 15 or 17 range. Well, yeah, you could look at that. But I would look at Smart Rent 10s or 1250s. I would rather you be closer in. I really do. I'd like you to be closer in. That's me. ATIP 387 down 6 cents. Spire 544 up 7 cents. ME up 111 to 1263. Matterport 2184 up 57. GameStop 199.68 up 49. SoFi 2315 up 273. Stocks jump around and they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Pick your spots. Get ready. Enjoy the ride. Kirk, so I got a SoFi call for 20 at January 2024. I'm guessing I should hold that for a while. I think I paid $850. Oh, yeah, I would say you want to wait a while. British shilling. I'm up nearly half a grand just holding Sofi. Too much of a smooth brain to know what options are. Nice going. Let's go. ME says Carter Gold. Dan, Uncle Bruce, why ATIP is down today? It's just testing itself. It's figuring itself out. I have a feeling it's being bought up. Whoever wants out can get out. No problem. You want out? No problem. Get out. Something here is brewing. I just suspect it. We're down 7 cents right now. 386 a share right now is where we're at. I wouldn't be selling this stuff. Ooh, no, I would not be doing that. I would not be selling this stock. 386 a share, down 7 cents. Spire 539 up 2 on 349,000 shares. That is going to do this. But when it breaks out, it's gone. I just don't know when that's going to happen, but it's going to go. ME 1280, Matterport 2184, GameStop back to 200, SoFi 2320 up 278, Rocket Lab down 18 cents, Sextera down 2. Oh boy, we're having all kinds of fun here. Dow down 53, Microsoft up $2, Apple up 50 cents, Tesla up $2. It's a nothing day today. Royal Caribbean down 40 cents. Goldman up $1.68 to $400.80. There you are. There you go. Opportunity knocks. Okay. Jordan, I bought $5 covered calls months ago. Let's see here. Let's see. What else is going on here? I'm just reading a bunch of comments here, just trying to keep up with you guys. Thanks, Uncle B. Thank you. I have 1,300. What do you suggest I buy? There's opportunities here. If you've been watching and listening, you kind of should know. Bruce, I bought an ME call, expires December 17, $15 strike. I paid 45 cents. Got as high as 90 before the slide in the ME price. It's alive again, but I'm worried about time crush. What should I do? You've got until the 17th of December. ME is now $12.77, up $1.25. Zach, the stock is doing great. The company's doing great. It could reach $13.50, $14. These contracts might go to $1 again or more. You can always roll over for 4 more time if that's what you want to do. You're not going to get rich on this one, but got to keep an eye on it. No question about it. I mean, it was a bad day yesterday for you. Great day today. Let's see what happens. You still got time. We'll see. Spire 542 up 6, 389 now on ATIP. Okay. Let's see. Is there any chance for stink bids on GameStop today? Yeah, of course. Always. There's always a chance on stink bids on anything that you buy and sell that you own. Whether you're trying to get something really cheap or you're trying to sell something really high, stink offers. Every day you should have stink bids or stink offers on something. Every time, all the time. If you're an option writer and you are short contracts, you should have stink bids out there on your contracts right now, no matter what the stock, at super cheap prices. It might be dollars out of the money. You should always have a stink bid because you never, ever, ever, ever know when the market will take a dump. You just don't know. Whether it's your stock, whether it's the market as a whole, something happens in China, Taiwan, Israel, Russia, UK, Canada, Brazil, something stupid happens, something somewhere, and the market takes a dive for an hour or two. You don't know. You gotta have bids out there for really cheap prices. I mean cheap. Yeah, way out of the market. You never, ever, ever know. What if GameStop goes to 185 for 15 minutes in the next hour and comes right back to 199? There might be people out there who have written contracts on GameStop that would love to buy contracts back if the stock hit 185. You got to contemplate and think this out. Think to yourself, what would this contract trade for if the stock dropped to 189, down $15 a share in 1 hour? Would it lose $5 a contract? Would it lose $7? Would it lose $9? How low would this contract go? Would I be willing to buy it back at that low price if it were to do that? Because if the stock comes right back to 199 and it recovers all the losses, Would I rewrite that contract? Or would I write another contract, a new contract to do a rollover, a slow motion rollover? I'm buying back calls super cheap here. Then I'm going to wait for the stock to recover a bit and then write new calls to replace the old calls. Might be closer in on time, might be closer in on price, strike price. This is what you have to do every day, sometimes multiple times a day. This is your job now. This is what you do for a living. You are maintaining and looking after your portfolio. And you've got to be on top of this stuff. And whether it's a stink bid on ATIP, you might want to buy some for 352 because it's at 384. Or you're putting in a stink bid on Spire, it's at 540, you're putting in a 502 stink bid. You don't know if you're going to get it or not. You might not. A stink sell order on Sofi. You might offer your stock for sale at $26.99 right now and say to the market, you can have my Sofi $26.99 because you're going to buy it back at $22.99 or $23.50 or whatever your mentality on it is. You're trying to offer Sofi call options. You're thinking if the Sofi goes to $27 a share on a shot, what would a $25 call option sell for if it trades at $27 and it has a month to go? It might be worth $3, $3.50, or put an offer in at $3.45 for a $25 call option, good for a month, in case the stock takes a shot. It's a stink offer. You get out, guess what you're doing? You're putting in a stink bid. You're looking for the recovery the other direction to buy that contract back for $2 a contract less or $1.50 in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, the day, by tomorrow. All the time, you got to be thinking. All the time. You got to be thinking about this all the time. This is your job now. Remember, you used to have a job, you used to have a day job, you used to commute to the office all the time thinking about work. We're at work thinking about work, coming home thinking about work. You're at home with your kids thinking about work because your boss you couldn't get them out of your mind. You now have to think about this. You're now managing a portfolio. You're a portfolio manager. You're looking after your money. Think about what your money could be doing for you. Make it do what you want it to do. Put in bids or offers and say, hey, if this happens, I'll do that. Here's my order. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Here's my order. It's a day order. It's a good until canceled order. It's a stink bid. It's a stink offer. You got to be on top of this, ahead of the market. You can't be behind the market. You got to be ahead of the market. You're the boss. Okay? Like I like to say from time to time, you got to make the markets your bitch. You're in charge. You're the boss. You're not the schlep. You're the boss. Okay? Hi, Jen. Speaking of the boss.
But you can't make the markets do what you want.
You can't make the markets do what you want. But you can say to the markets, if you do this, I'm doing
there.
that. Yeah. And here's my order. I'm waiting for you. You're coming down to me? Here I am. You're coming up to me? I'm here. You got to be in front of that market all the time. Get in front of that market's face. Do not let that market get away from you. Don't let the market do that. And you're over here. Get in front of the face. Make the market your bitch.
Yeah. Juke.
You remember how your boss used to be in your face all the time at the office? You had that little cubicle. You thought you had that little place you could hide from the boss. And the boss would lean over and come over and say, hey, have you got that report done for me yet? Can you stay a couple extra hours? Can you come in on Saturday and get this done? You remember?
So
he made you his bitch. Sunday. Okay, it's now you to make the market the bitch. You're the boss. Okay, turning the tables. Hello. Welcome back. Hi.
What's it going to be, Mr. Bagel Wearer?
Oh, what am I going to have today?
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good logo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of cool. What's going to happen today? Well, we have, we only have one bagel left.
I know.
We got to go get bagels. I'm doing my 2 shows today, and I'm out of here. And I'm in the car. I'm in the Tesla, burning up the rubber, baby. I got to get I got to get more bagels. Emergency here. We're down to 1 bagel. We got any schmia left?
Yes.
Oh, maybe a schmia.
Yeah, you haven't had that this week yet.
Yeah, we could do a schmia.
Sure.
Cool beans. Thank you, Miss Jen. Fabulous. This is good stuff. Okay, there you go. Beach Boy, any bit stink bit? Yeah, it's stink bit always. A Sean and Wendy says, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen, thank you both for the Wednesday night calls. You guys are the best. Oh, yeah, we're starting watching the replay this AM. The second time was even better. Nice going. This SoFi dance, wowee. Where are we at now? Let's take a look on this markets here. I'm trying to keep up with everything. Yelling at the camera and getting all excited. Rocket Lab down 16 cents to 14.42. Whereas SoFi at 23.55, up 3.13. GameStop $200.90, down up 171. Matterport 21.92, up 65 cents. ME 12.49, up 97. Aspire 5.38, up a penny. ATIP 3.87, down 6. SmartRent 11.05, down $1.30. Sextera 9.79, down 2 cents. Those are the stocks we follow the most. AMC down 73 cents, or up 73 cents to 39.02. Trying to get back to 40. Don't know if it'll do it. Robinhood down 28 to 34.21. Vanik up 4.39 to 2.97. Home Depot down 56 cents. IBM up 89 cents. The Dow down 100 points on the day. The Dow low of the day was 35,973, 6 points from here. So we're at the lows on the Dow at the moment. Microsoft up $1.64 despite the Dow. Apple up 26 cents. Those two stocks are not making the Dow go down. It's Disney. I think that's the one that's hurting it the most. Tesla up $1. Bed Bath Beyond up $1.68 to 23.47. Royal Caribbean down 24 cents. Goldman up 2.76. It's helping the Dow. Disney, where are we? Down 14.62 to 159.83. Low of the day 158, and we're at 159 right now. So Disney is hurting the Dow Jones today with its move. Okay. All righty, that's where we're at right here, kids. Let's see. We're down a dime only on Rocket Lab. We're coming back, 14.49. We're at the high of the day, or 14.49, 14.50 on Rocket Lab. This is the best level of the day on 600,000, and it looks like we're going to go higher. Rocket Lab might turn green. 23.72 on your SoFi. Here we are, about an hour, 42 minutes into the market, and we wanted to see the first hour. Here we have it. The first hour, we had SoFi as low as 22.72. It's 23.77. Climbing back up. The high today was 24.65, 26.9 million traded. All the doubters were proved wrong. You sell when the earnings come out. They all go down. They always go down. Not going down. We're going up 3.35 a share, and this stock's going to go higher. The question is, how much higher and how fast? And when will the bank charter come in? And when will we get that 50% bump from there? I'm looking for it. In the meantime, however, yes, you can write options on this stock if you want. The question is, which contracts do you write? Take a look at November's, December contracts, 24s, 25s, 26s. See what you think. Keeping an eye on this stock. GameStop 201.36, only up $2. Matterport back to $22 a share, up 73 cents. The high of the day, 22.02. This is the high of the day on Matterport on 383,000. The stock is looking very good on very weak volume today. Very good. ME 12.48. High of the day was 13.20. We're now back to 12.48. Low of the day 12.01 this morning. We're up 96 on a million shares. We finally hit a million on ME. Selling is not coming in to stop this stock's momentum. It's going to go higher. Spire 5.37 unchanged. ATIP now 3.90. Down 3 cents. ATIP high of the day, 395.5. The stock is coming on again for another run at the high of the day. 1.19 million. We did 30 million yesterday, and everyone's wondering what's going to happen. What's going to happen? It's not backing off. It's not going to back off. It's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. 390.91 right now on ATIP. People just wanted to know, you think in the first hour it's going to really get crushed? Was this a one-day anomaly? No. Somebody's buying up this stock, and I think it's going to go higher substantially. First objective, the $5 range. Second objective, $7.50 range. Third objective, $10. ATIP coming back. SmartRent 11.16 was as low as 10.87. It's now 11.16, so 30-cent recovery, still down $1.19. Sextera up 4 now to 9.84. 5. There you go. There's our dealio here. That's what we're looking at, kids. Tons owes funds. $3.92 now on ATIP, down 1.5 pennies. It's coming back. You are scared, says Cheddar Stacks. Don't be scared. You want big rewards, you got to take big risks. Laugh a lot. Just start out with one small call option. Get your feet wet. Yeah, check in. Yeah, let's go. Write one. See what happens. Write one call contract. See how it goes. You like it? Write another. Don't like it? Don't write anymore. Wait a while. Try again. Zach, Jordan, I've been advised to look to sell around 35, 45 days out if you're not a good bit in the money because of time decay premium. You're looking for contracts that can drop because of time premium. You're looking for shrinkage. You're looking for the George Costanzas. James, heavily debating selling my 2 coin shares to either get myself to 100 SoFi, or I can turn into around 60 smart rent, which I have none of. Would you rather get into smart rent or have SoFi contracts? SoFi contracts. Get 100 SoFi. Write calls. But I'm not an options pro. Take my lessons. Check them out. Stockmarketswithbruce.ca. There are 10 lessons in there you can look at. How to write contracts. One at a time. Take your time. Each class is 2 hours. You got to invest your time. You got to invest yourself into this. It doesn't come for free. You got to give up something to get something. A little bit of time might be your best move right here. DM, British shilling, us Yanks refer to 1,000 as a grand too, but we just say 500, laughing out loud. Cheddar, Mike, check out REM. Jordan Brown, ME looks like it wants to keep going. I like NRZ for a dividend. Y'all assigned yourselves numbers for likes or Squid Games. I love you, Bruce's design. Thank you, guys. British Cheddar, not scared. Thank you all the same. Zach, thank you. I'm trying to learn these things, but I keep staying greedy and getting slaughtered. There you go. British. It's definitely a Britishism. John Williams picking up 110, $5 Spire. May 22 calls. Let's go. Right on. John, did you say 110? Did you really change your name? Zach, that's my fear. I'd rather take small, consistent profits than waste them. But Emmy got a PT raise. I got a per timer, so I'm personally hold a bit more. I don't know what this means. We Americans like using as many syllables as possible to say our numbers. Uncle Bruce, my problem is that I can't accurately ask the question with the needed details in 200 characters. I hear you there, my friend. I know what you mean. Damn it, Jim. Spire's moving in the right direction, too. Spire, 543, up 6. ATIP, 391, down 2.5 cents. ME 1238, Matterport 2194, GameStop 201.69 up 2.5, SoFi 2350 up 308, ATIP 391 down 2 pennies, and only down 2 pennies on ATIP. 1.2 million traded. There's not a lot of stock coming in here. Where is the 30 million shares that came in for sale yesterday? Why isn't there millions coming in? I'll tell you why. It's been bought up. It's gone. The loose paper for ATIP has been bought up. It isn't around anymore. Remember SoFi at 13, 14, 15? Remember all that SoFi? It's gone. Erased from existence. That's what's going on. Something hit 88 miles an hour, and we saw some serious poop. Yeah. Shmia, speaking of good stuff. Thank you, Miss Jen, so much.
Poop.
Thinking of having a poop later. Shmia! In 25 minutes, we've had 22 million volume on SoFi. That's right. And a million on ATIP. Because there's nothing for sale on ATIP. It's only down 2.5 cents and there's nothing for sale. Hello? Anyone figuring it out? Yeah, it's all gone. It's all been bought up. Yeah, there's still stock for sale, but it's not going to take much now. 30 million volume today on ATIP, $6. That's what would happen today. This stock has been bought up. Thank you, Miss Jennifer, so much. We got some shmia. Let's have some bagel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wunderbar. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. For the first time in months, every investment is green. SoFi, ME, both heavy volume days. I'm hiding my wife after seeing Bill Buss's picture. What else going on? SoFi, 22 million traded already. Wow. ATIP is sitting at the RSI of 69 right now. It's nice. The decisions are so stressful, but the ride is fun. Just sold 4 calls, 20 on 1250 ME, 1119 for 95 cents. There you go. If you want to write calls in ME, you can do so. It's up to you. Can be done. SoFi up 304 to 2346. Matterport 2203, ME 1244. Sold 4 calls, 1250 on ME for 95 cents for next Friday. What? Yeah. SoFi got legs. Time premium is a great thing. Damn it, Jim says, I sold my cover call last week on SoFi. It's up nearly $2 from where I sold it. And I'm still up 1,800 as of right now. So I'm assuming you're ahead $2 a share right now in this. Folks get the terminology wrong. You're making money? Good. Way to go. I guess you should have bought more of those $4 February ATIP calls. 50 G's up on SoFi, baby. What's happening to SmartRent? How you been? Hope all is well, says Fenville to Cloaked. Damn it, Jim says, stock is up $2 from where I wrote it. The stock is up, but the short $2 from the strike. There you go. SoFi thingy going higher. That thingy over there, it's going higher. SoFi split in green crayons. SoFi right now, 2365. ATIP might be the sleeper stock of the year. Let's see. You mean you can't access the app on a PC at work? Lobo Blast wants to know. Can he access a bathroom at work? I just added 100 more Spire, 100 ATIP, and a handful of SmartRent. Let's go. Way to go, Drew. You buy on the down dips. Volume on SoFi already 90-day average. Mr. Mojo, Rise, and Uncle Bruce, I still think you will add Nokia to your stock list one day. Okay. Keep hoping. Wow, SmartRent tanking. You want out? Get on. Justice Department, see on YouTube, they laid down the new rules for Wall Street. Okay, a good entry point on SmartRent, 23 million traded in 30 minutes on SoFi. SoFi now 2364. Volume on SoFi today is 29.4 million. Nice going. 2198 now on Matterport, up 71. ME 1235, up 83. Spire at 538, up a penny on 383,000. ATIP 388.5 on 1.24 million, and no stock coming in for sale on ATI today. SmartRent 1151 coming back on right now. It's as low as 1087, now 1151, still down 84, but coming on with 578,000 traded. SmartRent coming on. Xterra up 6 cents at 987 right now. Okay. I finished building a SmartRent position, but it keeps going down. GameStop, 200. Please hit my stink bid. Doesn't look like it's happening on SmartRent. It's going up. Oops. Laid down new rules, and they are dramatic. Adventures. It is bagel time yet, and a coffee. Splair, Uncle Bruce, I think he wants to ask what things are we following decision when or how everyone needs to decide by himself. I don't use everything for one big trade. Okay. Cloak, Fenville, still hanging in there. Was away for a while. I've added to all my positions. Still have a ton of January $15 calls I bought months ago. They're up like 193%. Can you say, show me the money, baby? Show me the money. Well, now all those new SEC rules all come together. Someone named Kenny might be going to jail. By the way, the special show yesterday was great, but next time I need on Wednesday to sleep a little longer, so my mindset is more fresh until 3 more north. Well, what can I say? Anyway, is there any short position disclosure requirements in those new rules? I do sneak puts, get paid twice. Drew, all about those entry points. Bama Bay bought some options on Sextera at 35 cents. Earnings out November 11th, $10 strike price. This should be fun. Just bought back 3 Royal Caribbean call spreads that I sold last Friday. Learned how to do this in Bruce's classes. Lesson number 8. Have executed several of these spreads. Cost of the lesson has paid 10 times in a month. I've been paid 10 times the cost of the lesson in a month. Happy Pappy, way to go, buddy. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm very pleased. I love it when my viewers make money. Sextera up 6 cents. Smart Rent 11.62 now, only down 73 cents. It's still coming on here. Smart Rent is coming on. ATIP down 7 to 386. Spire 540 up 3. ME 1237. Matterport $22. GameStop 201.05. SoFi 23.54. And Rocket Lab down a dime right now. Cheers, everybody. Bagel time. Oh, yeah. Way to go, DM. Way to go. Just got 4 Smart Rent December calls on a stink bid. I'm instantly up 10%. Beautiful. The ask was 60. The bid was 40. Got him at 45. There you go. That's right. Yes. 2 laptops, 2 monitors, 2 keyboards, 2 mouses side by side. Won't affect each other much. Jen, says Sharon. There it is. Neat. Bama Babe, there is no way a financial broker who manages hundreds of portfolios could manage others' funds like we are doing for ourselves. Exactly. 391 on ATIP, down 1.5 pennies. Ooh-wee. Spire up 2. ATIP down 1.5 cents. That's all. Good morning, Jen. Like a conquistador. Good morning, Jen. Chase Rosa. I feel like I'm on the couch of a psychologist whose name is Tony Robbins. I love it. TD American can have a ton of charts up at once, basically limited by monitor size. Sharon, we'll catch you later. You betcha. Thank you. Bitchin' Markets. What are we saying here? Work smart, not work hard. I love you, Bruce. Good morning, Jen from Florida. Luckily, my boss is in a different country than me. Broke VWAP on SoFi. Now stay above it. Uncle Bruce, do you think Facebook is a good investment? Long term, you're all right there, I guess. SoFi on the move again. Since Bruce won't say it, Shiba's up 8%. Way to go. BW. Bruce, if you're getting that low on bagels, you might have to convert over to eating scones and clotted cream. I don't mind the clotted cream. I don't mind that. But still. Who can take a portfolio, talk to you from a screen, and tell you what to do and put you in the green? The Bagel Man can. The Bagel Man can. How about that? Hey, SoFi, here we go. That's a good song, B. Fritz, but better yet is the SoFi song. I jump on a stage and do my money dance. It's not your fault. They just set the bar high. Okay. Because he sprinkles us with knowledge and makes the stonks taste good. I sold an 11.26 covered call for 24.5 and got $1.10. SoFi. Sold a SoFi for $1.10. Right on. I'd love to see my portfolio up more than 8%. Let's go for 10, 12, or 15, baby. Let's see. Nice going. It's like 6,800 now, almost top 10 grand a few weeks ago. Let's see. Bruce, I think my November 19th Spire calls are in trouble. I love Spire. Bagel time. Bagel, 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 bagel. Where are we at right now? 390 on ATIP, down 3 cents. Okay. I tried to buy the dip on Smart Run, but the banks here in Canada are closed. I couldn't transfer funds into the account. I encourage all non-members to join, so you can join Wednesday night members only shows. Last night's primetime show had so many gems. Great time. If you're a member of the channel and you missed last night's live show, you can watch the rerun anytime you want. I think you just go to the community section of our channel. You'll find the link there. So I think it works anyway. Philly cream cheese. Just Philadelphia cream cheese. Sold a Sofi 2350 strike and got a premium. Way to go, Gonzo. Making money. I wrote a 2350 Sofi calls on November 19 a while ago. Got $1.18. At what stock price should I consider rolling? This is going until November 19. So just wait until next week, and then let's see what the stock's doing, and we'll go from there. If it goes down tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, you'll make money because you're still out of the money right now. Let's see what happens. Kent, I sold my first call on Goldman Sachs. Scary, but so exciting. Way to go, money. Way to go. What is schmear? Cream cheese. Uncle Bruce, can I roll my call into the same date, higher strike price? Thanks. Yes, you can, if you want to. Let's say you wrote a SoFi call that dies next Friday, a 23, you got $1 for it. You can buy it back. Let's say you're buying it back now for $1.25. And you're writing a 24 that expires next Friday. You're paying $1.25 for the one and getting $1 for this one. You can do that. It costs you 25 cents. You lose a quarter, 20, so what? But you get $1 higher exercise price. So you're winning. Stock goes up again. You buy back the 24 and sell the 25. Same time frame. Same thing might happen. You might buy it for $1.50 and only get $1.25. Or you can buy you buy back your 23 at $1.25 and then sell a 24 for the next week, and you might get $1.25 for that or $1.50 for that. Now you're getting 25 cents more by adding a week to the amount of time and $1 to the strike price. Win-win. The shares, reach 23.50, 23.90, but then they back off to 23 again. Those 24s you're writing, those new ones, will back off in price. So you can buy them back for $0.25, make $1 on those. Now look at writing 23s, 24s for the next Friday or the Friday after that. Up to you. Someone said the dislike button's being removed on YouTube. Oh, cool. Break on through Sofi. Come on, baby. 23.44. Okay. I wrote a 23.50. Oh, I've done this. Mirko. Hi, Uncle Bruce. I just sold 42 covered calls on Sofi for 11.19 and 26. Strike 24.50, 25 for an average of $1. I've already put in stink bids for 60% profit. Thank you very much. There you go. There you go. You brought in $4,200. You're willing to buy them back for $1,600. The nice guy that you are. Beautiful job. Will you win? I don't know. Can you win? Oh, yeah. You never know. I mean, you're writing 24 and a halves and 25s on a 23.40 stock. So they're out of the money. They die next week, Friday. The shrinkage will be complete. If the stock does not get over 24.50 and 25, those contracts will shrink quickly. If the stock stays here 23.40 today and tomorrow it's $23 to $24 and on Monday it's 23 to 23 and a half, these contracts are going to shrink because they're out of the money and they're losing time. You get a drop on Sofi Tuesday afternoon from like 23 and a quarter to 21.50 for like 10 minutes and then back up again. In that 10 minutes, you could well get hit and buy those calls back for your $1,600. Score the game. Thank you very much. Beautiful job, Mirko. Beautiful job. This is classic option writing 101 right there. Classic. I love it. Oh, my baby Uncle Bruce, did you ever in your wildest dreams think you would be helping at this time in your life hundreds of people all over the globe become richer? Nope. I did not. What I'm telling you now, I used to tell one person at a time as a broker. One at a time. And the problem was not everybody would be on board. I'd call 10 clients. And then half of them said, well, let's see how the stock does later today. Well, let's see how it does later. Let's wait for the banking thing. And they would never do it. And you'd find out very quickly as a broker which of your clients are going to go with you and which ones are going to be wishy-washy. And you had to have the right mentality for a client and the broker to be on the same page. And this is why brokers, over the first 5 years of their careers, they will approach 5,000 people to open an account. They'll open 500 accounts, and they'll keep 50 of them. Because after 5 years, they're dealing with 50 diehards. And of those, there are 10 that make them 90% of their money. Because the two of them are on the same page. They're absolutely together, and they're going down the highway no matter what. No matter what. They will never be shaken away from each other. Good markets, bad markets, good days, bad days. No matter who's in power, whatever political party takes over, it doesn't matter. The relationship is forever. Those are the ones who make it. It's just the way it is. Well, here I am, I got 92,000 subscribers. I had 748 people here right now. I probably had 5,000 watching me all day already, 3,000 maybe. There's 20, 30 of you, 40 of you, 50 of you that are trading these. That's it. That's the number. If I increase my everything by double, I'll have double the number of people doing what I'm talking about. That's it. The rest will watch and go, oh, that's interesting. That sounds. I think I'll watch this for a while and never get anything done. But that's the world. I'm not sure if I have one. I'm going to have to make one. There you go. Does anyone know for day trading, if you have over 25 grand in your account, if it's unlimited margin trading or if there's still restrictions? I ask because the SoFi cover calls already dropped about 20 cents already. Wait an hour, hoping Bruce would sing that. Okay, time to go enjoy the great outdoors now. I think he's talking about a shmia. Confused a little bit, but you can day trade, you can trade margin or not. Hi, Uncle Bruce. I'm in Germany, says Rudy, and fell asleep for prime time yesterday. Will you be having another one every Wednesday night? Every Wednesday, same time. Yes. And you can watch last night's show on the rerun anytime you want. Hi, Bruce. What do you know happen when AGIP announces a new CEO? Will it jump again? It could. It could pop 50%. Give me the right one. Yeah. We're going to make it. First time all of our SPACs are up after earnings. I'm number 456 for the thumbs ups. I'm going to see the rerun tonight. John, Clay, you could be margin called if your account drops too much on any portfolio value. Being able to day trade above 25 grand and using margin are two different things. Also, you shouldn't trade margin. I'm saying, in my opinion. The lamp is straight. What lamp? What lamp? SoFi giving new $28 price target at Oppenheimer. Mm-hmm. That's right. Going higher, baby. I wrote a bunch of SoFi calls today that expire tomorrow and took in 1,000 in premium. Thanks for the money, Chicago. You got it. Why? November 19 for 118 when you could have done it November 12 for 64 cents. Why? Hi, Bruce. Is Smart Rent a bargain today? Yep. It was a real bargain this morning at 1087. I mean, that was the bargain of bargains. It's now 1154, still a bargain, down 81. It's a bargain. Sixterra down 2 cents. ATIP down 13. Spire down 7. ME up $1.04. Matterport up 64. GameStop up 190. SoFi up 306. And Rocket Lab down 17 cents. Is it too late to jump on Smart Rent? Never. You can buy it up to $15 and steal it. Buy Smart Rent. What else is going on, Clay? I'm not using margin to trade, and I'm well above the 25,000 threshold for day trading. Okay. Uncle Bruce, I have 15 call contracts on ATIP expiring next Friday with a 1750 strike. Oops. What move can you suggest? Make sure to remember how much you paid for it and use that against capital gains, because that loss will be going against capital gains. ATIP 1750s. John, Clay, okay, I misunderstood. I thought you were using margin funds. Yep, you should be fine. Hey, Uncle Bruce, when there's low liquidity in an option, does the market maker just hold the price at whatever they want? Hence, some contracts that really don't move according to the price moves of the stock. Yeah, kind of. I mean, they're going to move the markets when they need to if it really moves the stock. But some market makers are handling 500 quotes. And so they're not going to be on top of every single one for every second. Like you said, a low liquidity option. Market makers are not watching the bid ask of low liquidity options on a second by second basis. I mean, they're not going to give it the time of day. It's likely the market maker is making 500 bid asks markets, and he's got 15 stocks that really dominate 99% of his day or her day. And these get reviewed every hour or two for a moment or two. Sell my house fast in Upper Marlboro. MD, let them expire worthless since they're probably worth $1. Robert, such a nice feeling it is to know how to make money that work on their own. Thanks, Bruce. Quality over quantity. If I increase by double, I'll have twice as many. Oh, okay. My 1 year goal to become rich and then go watch Bruce's travel show. Can I suggest a Black Friday deal on classes? Zach, the intraday power Buying and margin buying power are tied up to your portfolio, so up, all down, all time, not limited with Fidelity that I know. In the long run, are earning opportunities greater during poor man covered calls or owning shares and writing calls? It's the same. It's just a question of how you write. How good are you a writer? How good are you at buying back? How attentive are you? It comes out to percentages, and you can use $5,000, and you can buy a couple of hundred Sofi and write 2 contracts. You can use $5,000, buy an in-the-money contract on Goldman Sachs and write 1 call contract. It's all about percentage return. Yeah. Are you saying that if you write a call, you then put in a stink bed to buy it back? Yes, I am. I'm saying that, yeah. Because it can happen that you write a call on a stock like 23andMe or Matterport, let's say Matterport. You write a 22.50 on Matterport. It's a 22.16 a share right now. And the contract gets you $1. And you put in a stink bid for 31 cents. Well, the only way you're going to get that bid is if the stock really backs off. But what if during the day the market backs off because something stupid happened in Russia, Turkey, Iran, China? Something stupid happened. Something stupid. Stock market goes down, comes back up. Your Matterport might drop $1.50 in 3 minutes. You don't know. Contract goes down in value. You're sitting with a 31-cent bid. People are panicking to get out because something stupid's going on. They're selling contracts at whatever price they can find. There's a 31-cent bid. You get it. You get a notification. You just bought this contract back at 31 cents. You just wrote it an hour ago. Bought it back at 31. And an hour later, the stock is right back to $22 a share. The contract's trading at 95 to $1. You write it again. You write the contract again. And at the end of the day, you're short a contract or 2 or 10 or whatever, and you flipped contracts. You wrote, bought back, wrote again. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Having a great time. Uncle Bruce, writing covered calls against purchase call options. That's vertical calls, right? Is that something you recommend to any of your classes covered? Yes, it's poor man covered calls. Number 8, class number 8. Paul, I have a feeling when you decide to do your greet and meet, a lot of people are going to come, and many new friendships will come of it. Talk about some awesome synergy. Yeah, we're actually Jen and I, we're talking about this all the time, and I am desperately trying to get hold of some organizations to find, put something together. But the first question they're going to ask me, wherever I want to hold this meet and greet, the first question is, well, how many people are coming? I'm going, I don't know, 50, 100, 400, 900. I don't know. 2-3 hour get together on a Saturday, Southern California, Ontario. How many will show? I don't know. And I got to find a facility where I can, and find how much you charge for a room that can hold 100, how much you charge for a room that can hold up to 400, up to 1,000. Give me an idea. Help me get a handle on just what would this cost. Then I can figure out what I have to do and how I have to do it, and then I can announce it and say, okay, I want to know expressions of interest. If we were to do this on this date at this location, would you come? Then we find out the reaction. Then we tally that, and then we commit to the room, and we commit to this, and then I announce the show and the meet and greet, and we will sell tickets to get in to help pay for the room and all. I don't do this as a living. You see, I do this. You see, I don't do that. So there's a lot to think about. And the comment here. What if you're way off, Bruce? What if you're only 20 people want to show up? No, 2,000 want to show up. I way off. Like, what if I'm way off? Humbling, terrifying. all in the same sentence. Yeah, we'll see what's going on. Uncle Bruce, you still think SoFi can raise 50% when the bank charter, even the stock's at 30? Yes, I do. No matter what the price of the stock, add 50% to the upside from there. Yes. Uncle Bruce, is it time to roll over SoFi covered strike $21 expiring November 19, or should I just sit tight until next week? You can roll over anytime you want. Right now, the stock's at 23.57. In theory, you could buy this call back and you could write a call for, say, a week further out or 2 weeks out or a month out further in the 24 range, 25 range, or 23 range, and probably bring in more money on the new right than you're paying to buy the old one back. And that'll add cash to your account, raising the expiry, exercise price. A win-win. You can do it anytime you want, Aurora. For any reason, you can do it anytime you want. On a day like today with a 320 gain, you can do it. It's up to you. Now, if the stock goes higher to 26, 27, after you do it, you can do it again. You'll wait a little while. If you've written a call that's got a month to live now, you might wait 2 weeks. And the stock goes up again. Okay, fine. Let it go up. Fine. Go, keep going. You'll buy back those calls as they come closer to expiry, and then roll them into higher strike further out. Yeah, you've got all the time in the world. You've got the unlimited pricing to go to. You're fine. Yeah, whatever you like. Or you don't have to do anything. I mean, you can just sit back and just do this and say, no, I'm not doing anything right now. This stock's 23.63. It didn't go to 26 today. It's at 23.63. It's not showing me enough. I thought it would go to $25, $26. It didn't go there. I'm going to sit on my 21s. I bet you they're coming back to $22 a share, and I bet you I can buy those 21s back for what I sold them for. And if they come back to $20 a share, I can buy them for less than I sold them for. Up to you, but you have until the 19th of November on this one. You can roll over and go to 26th, into December, into January, whatever you're comfortable doing. Yes. Okay. I put in my stink bid on Smart Rent at 1057. I didn't get it. Smart Rent is right now at 1150. Gosh darn it. You tried to get it 30 cents lower than the low trade of the day and you didn't get it. Well, you know what? You gave it a shot. You can do this anytime you want. And that's the way it is. The day ain't over, though. The day isn't over, but you are out of the money a bit right now. I will admit to that. You're a little out of there. Let's make that meet and greet open bar, Uncle Bruce. Clay, if well above 25K, just have fun and day trade away. The Bargoon is Rocket Lab. They delayed the rocket blaster from last night's November 16th, and the evening earning call is November 19th. Buy the dip now. Spire took a nap. Fenville, what's happening November 16th? The best performers are the brokerage accounts of those who have died. Buy and hold. The magic of a limit order. Writing covered call is the B. Writing covered calls is the way. It actually gives me a rush. I have 4 SoFi calls, 2250 expiring Jan 22, and a couple of SoFis at 15, same expiration. Is it worth it, in your opinion, to sell those, to close a couple of my 22.5s, to exercise one in 15 and be a covered call writer? Okay, you've got 22.50 for SoFis, so you're in the money now, barely, and you got a $15 SoFi. Okay, so you can sell your 15s, buy stock and start writing. You can sell them all. Just sell them, buy stock, and start writing anytime you want. Or you can wait for higher returns if the stock goes higher. It's up to you. Let's go. Still a bit shaky on how to write options and problem solve with all the fluctuations. I'm planning to watch a couple of Uncle Bruce's lessons over the Thanksgiving holiday. I got 1,200 shares of SoFi to play with. There you go. All right, going to try to do some actual work for an hour or so. Good luck, all. Splayer, Uncle Bruce, let's say 5 months earlier, you can ask who is interested in state XYZ to join the event. Let's say 5 months earlier, you can ask who's interested. Yeah, right. Well, again, Splayer, we've got a lot of people who've made it known they would like to have a meet and greet. They'd love to see us. I have people who are wanting to fly in. They want to fly into Ontario or to LAX or Burbank or Orange County, the airports around here, and they want to come in for the weekend, and they're going to have Friday night, Saturday night, and they go home Sunday, and catch up with me on the Saturday. I don't know how many want to come in. I really don't know. And this is one of those things where I'm people ask me, well, how many people do you think will show up? And if I say 500, they go, oh, you're just so full of yourself. And if I say, well, it's 100, oh yeah, because your channel is crap. I don't know how many people want to show up. I gotta figure out the cost of rooms. If I need a room for 100 or 200 or 500 or 1,000, I gotta figure that out. And it's going to take time, and I'm going to need an organization to work with me on that. Then I got to figure out, how many would want to come out. I got to get expressions of interest, and then really figure out if it's going to happen or not. There's just so much to deal with. In the meantime, I'm doing 2 live shows a day. Wednesday night live show, 2 live shows on Mondays for my other channel. I'm kind of busy, and so I got all this going on, and I'm not hiring somebody on the side to do this for me. I want to do it on my own because I'm trying to keep my expenses down and not be, again, full of myself on, oh, you think you can get 1,000 people into a room. Oh, you think you're some big shot. Oh. These are the voices in my head. These voices are relatives, just so you know. You all have them too, I'm sure. 2356 on your Sofi right now. Oh, man. It used to be a lot easier. It's not that easy anymore. It's just not that easy anymore. Let's see what's going on here. Dave, this morning I wrote a $30 covered call for February at 181. Instant fill, that on your side would be 180. What? I don't know what that means. You need yourself an event coordinator. There are pros for this. I know they cost money. I'm already down to 150 at a profit of 24. Do you think the president's going to pay? I have no idea. We'll need a lot of bagels. Rocket Lab was supposed to fly last night, but they delayed the move till next week. Way off on meet and greet estimates. Sounds like supply demand. $1,000 a ticket. We need more thumbs ups. 511 up, and we have 700 viewers. Give the man a like. If you look at charts, Spire is just in a free fall. The charts look awful. What catalysts are coming that could bring investors in? This thing is junk. Okay, Nick, the power of internet and mass trading all at once. I sold my Sofi calls, except a few for house money, and used my profits and bought 400 shares. There you go. At what point do you recommend to dump a stock that has been down 48% for 6 months? Noob mistake, a small amount, but figured as soon as I sell it, it'll shoot up. No advice. Just if you like the stock, stay with it. You like the company, stay with it. That's a good plan. I would do that. Let's see. Penneville, thanks for the input. Associates Rugged Lab call for 15 strike for next week's asking 75 cents now. Break even is 15.75 for earning. I'm loading those up. Okay. Checking in from the office. Oh, am I glad I bought the Bargoons yesterday. I'm killing it. Right on. Bruce, I have 5 covered calls on Sofi. $21 strike expires tomorrow. What move should I consider? You got Sofi, $21. Sell them now. Sell them now and buy stock. I don't know. Thanks. I rolled my December 17th, the same date, from 10 to 12.50 at a gain. Very happy. Nicely done. Earnings 15th of November for Sextera. I know the feeling. I had to collect RSVPs for my son's birthday party. No one RSVP'd. Yeah, well, if we're going to do a meet and greet, I'm going to book a room that has so many seats, and that's it. And then when I announce the availability of seats, the first number of people that pay for those seats, that's it. And then no one else can show. There's no room at the inn anymore. That's how it's going to go. And I've got to do the best I can with, what's going on. Uncle Bruce, take your subscriber number and then assume 10% will be interested in showing up. We got a big shot here now. Oh, you think you're just a hot shot, don't you? Uncle Bruce's Uncle Bob sounds like a jerk. Oh Lord. Oh, you think you're such a big shot on YouTube, don't you? All these people are going to show up, huh? Yeah, don't do it in Ontario. Here in the desert, it's better. It can be outside. Size of crowd won't matter as much if it's outside. Much more desirable to spend a weekend in the desert than Ontario. Oh man. Oh man. You think probably too much about it and make it hard on yourself. Maybe look at how others tried meet and greets, and most of us only want to see you. We have a suggestion for a meet and greet early part of 22. Let the holidays pass. Rooms are more expensive, especially this year. They're used for holiday parties. Give a 6-week notice. Let's see. If it makes you feel any better, I did get 100 smart rent shares at my stink bid of 1111. There you go. Your paid subscriber number, Bruce, not your 91,000 plus. Sofi must break 25. Whisper to you. It must break 25. Is traveling with Bruce going to overlook like cruises and airlines do? I'm executive of a major American convention center. I can get you free space if we want to go to Texas. There you go. Let's see. I suggest asking people to sign up to the class in person and ask for a $100 hold fee to save them a spot. And if there are no shows, then you keep it. And if they show up, then that goes towards the cost. We could meet in the public park. Here comes $24 so far. Here we go, $24. $23.76. How about Uncle Bruce takes Amtrak to tour the country, setting up pop-up meet and greets at every big city? Uncle Bruce, would the cruise come to the EU? Let's see. Bruce, a Swiss butter already sold. She has covered calls, $21 strike that expired tomorrow. She wants to know what she should do. You told her to sell? No, I'm sorry if I misread that or missaid it. Got $21 expired tomorrow. So you're going to buy them back and you can sell new contracts that expire a few weeks from now. Maybe you can write 24s or 25s at a higher price than you're paying for these. That would be the rollover. Anyway, there you have it. Good idea. A pop-up tent in a state park in the area. There you go. Just pop up a tent in the middle of a park. Don't worry about the rattlesnakes. Don't worry about the wild rabbit pets out there. You'll be fine. It'll be great. Bathrooms. There's a McDonald's 2 miles down the road. Don't worry about it. Parking. I don't know. Just park anywhere. That ain't gonna work. So we can get a good deal on airfare. Look out for hidden holidays like the Super Bowl. It'll be great. Can we trade the tickets for a meet and greets? The scalper in me smells opportunity. We could roast hot dogs and marshmallows. I would not do that. Can you swing any other way? Selling some Sofi calls for profit. Not that matters. Our state parks have all that. Trees are the bathroom. Bathroom, you mean watering the trees? Right. Then it's outside, better for COVID. Free parking at a park. You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about a movie theater. Easy parking at a movie theater, bathrooms, snack bar, theater seating, stage, lighting, microphone, done. That would be to me the easiest way to go. And then I would arrange the staff so that we would have goodie bags for everybody, and you'd get a goodie bag on the way out. Everybody gets a goodie bag, and that's all handled from inside a theater, which handles crowds, parking, bathrooms, snacks, piece of cake. That would be the way to go. It's just a question of pricing. Anyway, I'm saying, meet for a tailgate at SoFi Stadium, pitching a tent with Uncle Bruce. Wow. How many wives, boyfriends? Zach, yes, a pop-up tent like a religious revival, very fitting for the bagel cult. In Germany, we can meet in Berlin at the Hauptbahnhof, the main station. There's everything we need, and I could arrive in 4 hours, but please mention it earlier so it's cheaper to get there. I'd love to do something at that place. That is the most incredible train station in the world. It's one of the most incredible things. Support your local AMC. Booze, not going across the country to be sober. A theater, not a movie theater. I was thinking a movie theater. Bertie, everyone meet at Rue in the Canada, whatever. Having a lot of movie theaters don't have a stage and microphone. Oh, but some do. Might have to get audio clip of him saying that. Giant bull flag on SoFi right now. Just a monster setup. This thing's going to 32. Laugh a lot better chance of Spire going to 10. Larry, oh, but they do. My old high school had a stage in the cafeteria. There you go. All kinds of potential. I mean, I'd like to do it somewhere where it's easy to get to, easy to get away from, has all the facilities on site, designed to handle the crowds, makes it real easy. Management on staff to run everything because that's what they do. It's all built in. I like it. I kind of like the idea of something like that. Whatever. We can meet and greet at the hood offices. They'll be empty by then. No meet and greet at Citadel headquarters. I would go for a goodie bag. Happy Singles Day to those of you simpletons who are single. What about high school auditoriums? Yeah, maybe, but the problem then is you got to find the school. It could be deep in a neighborhood somewhere. It's not commercially easily necessarily to find and get to, and then there could be zoning rules in the neighborhood, and oh no, thank you. I think like Bruce likes air conditioning. RIP to any covered calls. Adventures with Duncan cruise. You could do this on a cruise. You could go on a cruise and do a meet and greet. I know that, but that would be a week-long meet and greet. That'd be a whole different animal. That's a whole different thing. 2387 on SoFi, trying to go to 24. Matterport 2220, ME 1277. Spire 532 down 5. ATIP down 16 to 377. Smart Rent down 110 to 1126. Sextera down 3 cents. COVID loves inside gatherings. Cheddar, a company that gets contracts with NASA must have a strong balance sheet as is audited by essentially the U.S. government to ensure stability. You'd think, yeah. My next pair, how about a Chuck E. Cheese birthday area? How about that? I have no covered calls on a stock that's getting a ton of volume on great earnings to laugh about. This is crazy. Cruise would be so fun. Joe, looks like the cheap paper is gone on SoFi. There you go. $23.92 on SoFi, up $3.50. We're about to go to $24 on SoFi. High today, $24.65. That was the opening. 36 million volume on SoFi. Hello. Yellow. Writing 2250s, writing 23s, writing 24s, writing 25s, writing 26s. Might be in the whalehouse. $23.96 now. A goodie bag with Yoko Ono album and a lamp. Also, Jen needs to toast and serve everyone bagels. SoFi, look, it's going for 24. Resistance at 24. We'll touch them back off. You might look into local civic organizations like VFW, American Legion, Knights of Columbus. Lots of parking, and they have large meeting rooms. Lots of people do weddings, meetings, churches. I totally would ring actual bells every morning on that cruise. My next pair, ball pit covering a COVID spreading extravaganza. Dave and Buster's might work. Listen, a church close to us is building a mega church. Just bought the land for now. They meet weekly in a movie theater on a weekday. You'll get a big discount. The theater needs the business. There you go. You see, 199,000 sell wall at 24. That's nothing. That's a nothing burger for this stock. Bought back LCID for 35, so 1,000 rolled into January 47, 800 in at 25 with 300. Equip the theater ushers with tasers. Cruisers have PA systems, right? Yes. Oh, Larry, did you shine your bells just for us? Would you do that? Sorry, that's non-existent lamp in the goodie bag, obviously. Oh my God! So I was thinking the same exact thing about the Yoko album. Nix the lamp, though. Can we get a neat? With this volume, I'm not worried about cell walls. I hear you there. That's going to go through 24 like butter. Hot knife through soft butter like nothing, baby, like nothing. Anyway, we'll see. Down 13 on ATIP. Spire down 4 cents. Come on, so if I just want to break even on these January 30s. Uncle Bruce, what kind of Ethereum would you suggest for all these stink bugs I've been buying? I wonder what it would cost to rent a theater. It's moving 100,000 shares a minute. Probably though, I thought the guy's doing way out of his league. Cheddar things. I can make tacos or something. Fenville can bring the ribs. There you go. Laugh out loud. No way. I'm late to the party. Laughing out loud. There you go. Anyway, we'll see what happens. $23.97 on SoFi, up $3.55. Matterport 22.13. We'll rent a theater and we'll start the show at 8:30 in the morning. We'll do the market together. We'll put the big screen up. I'll be live on the air for everybody else. You guys will be in the audience. Yeah, that'd be great. November 11 coming up. Stand up and lower your heads, everybody. Let's meet a dry karaoke bar. Yoko tunes only. I might get a bargain for an AMC. SoFi breaks that 24. Let's go. $23.95. Let's go. 20 theaters. Just seeing a little cold. Always have a sweater in the theater. SoFi should get into NFTs. I think that would be cool. Very good. Laughing out loud. SoFi. I really wish I could put some screenshots here from when SoFi was 15 to 16, then back to 15, right below 15 one day. I bought every single share and option I could. 23andMe needs to stay above 15 at least till Monday. How could you not have a Yoko album in the goodie bag? I only wish I had more money or used margin. We will rent out SoFi Stadium. There we go. Dry karaoke bag. Is that a real thing? $23.91 on SoFi. SoFi. Trying. 203 on GameStop. Matterport 2216. ME 1278. Spire down 4. ATIP down 9. Smart Rent 1118 down 117. Stink bids might still work on the Smart Rent. Bomba Babe, give our hats in the shape of lampshades. Joanna, good morning, gang. I'm so late this morning. Oh my gosh, are you ever? Where have you been? Let's see what's going on here. Dow down 76, been down all morning. S&P up 7, NASDAQ up 114. It's a nothing day today. Bond market is closed. Spire doesn't even have an article about their earnings report on their Yahoo Finance page. What the hey? Big wall on SoFi 24. W. Walters. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. AJ and Bagelheads. Can anyone tell me why the premiums are so much higher on Matterport than on SoFi? Why is that? I don't know. We will destroy that sell wall. I'm sure it'll be gone, but the stock's going to have to rally it up. See what happens. Matterport 2216, SoFi 2383, ME 1277. There you are. Just rented an AMC theater in Atlanta for $150 for me and 10 buddies. That was a blast. I was at the doctor, says Joanne. That's where I was. It's okay. It's you're no excuse required here. Hope so. Incoming, Uncle Bruce. The rib is coming. Oh my gosh. Always walls at dollar levels, but there's a 180,000 block at 24. That one might not even matter soon here. That's true. That 24 wall on SoFi might not even matter. Might go right through that wall. I think the wall you got to wonder about is the $25 wall. That's the round number. That is the round number for SoFi. 25 is the round number. I'm thinking that would be the one. Spire, unchanged, 537. ATIP down 9. My woman says nice. Okay, whatever. We'll see what happens. So let's see what gives. I mean, how many people do you think will show up at a meet and greet that we were to do? If we were to do it, if we were to do a meet and greet, say in Ontario, California, which would be, a suburb of LA, easy to drive to, easy to fly in and out of, how many people would show? We do it on like a Saturday, maybe like 11 to 1 or 10 to 12 or something like that. Be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? Would be kind of cool. I don't know. That profile pic's amazing. Sean, the church uses number 8 screen. The movies we will visit this Sunday. They do 2 services. The movies are closed. When they finish, the movies are open. They make money all day. Great idea. Renting an AMC for Bruce Fest 2022 sounds like poetry. John, if $25 and $30 on the way, Andy, one of my SoFi calls is at 900. Should I hold out for 1100? Let's see. Mark, CSNBC talking about SoFi. Is that MSNBC maybe? My next pair, 420 people. That's how many will show up. 420 people show up, Bruce. Because you see, I'm thinking that a lot of people who watch me will bring a significant other or a friend. They won't come by themselves. They'll come with someone else. And I'm thinking if 200 people from this channel are interested, that means 400 might show. That's kind of what I was thinking about. 2385 on SoFi, I'd show up. Imagine having to wait on church to let out to watch Eternals. Hold if you got the time. 69 people show up. Too far from New Jersey, Bruce. Grumble, let's rent out New York Stock Exchange. Said they don't use it on the weekend anyway. Let's see, Jordan. 1100 is where I had my limit set to sell, but now I kind of want to wait for 1500. Doesn't expire till April. Yeah, I think so. It was CNBC. If Spire blows up, everyone will be there. See, there you go. Well, So I was wondering. 1278 on 23andMe, up 126. Matterport up 92. GameStop up 389. Sofi 2382, up 340. There you go. I'm just wondering. There's no way I can go from Ontario, Canada to Ontario, California without my wife. Well, if I did, she wouldn't be home when I came back. Laugh out loud. I would bring my Jen. Empire Polo Club is located. CJ says yes. It's not like this would be the only meet and greet I would ever do. I'm just asking if I were to do one in Ontario for the Southwesterners, you Californians and Arizonans and Nevadans, maybe you guys, how many of you would show up? That would be easy for you to wait, Jordan. Mine expires 12/17. I'm worried about Ivy and Thea. Paul, I would show up with my girlfriend's boyfriend, laugh out loud. You should rotate it on 10 degrees every day. Sean, Uncle Bruce, if you make it on the U.S. side, most Americans will not need a passport to attend. We have one, though. This is Ontario, California I'm talking about here. Or we can Zoom. Done. Okay, gotcha. I'll show up with your girlfriend. I'm her boyfriend. I'm there. Well, again, I wanted to do something in person, meet and greet. That's what I was thinking of doing. Wondering if would it be a wanted thing? Would there be any interest in it from enough of you to make it worth our while to try to pull this off? I don't know. Mediocre says, hi, Uncle Bruce. I'm late to join today, but as I'm sure you've all been talking, holy Sofi calls and puts all the way up, of course. Printing money. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Donation coming tomorrow. Thank you. Laugh aloud, Cheddar. My next pair, 420 plus 69 equals party time. Okay. Uncle Bruce in a dunk tank. I'd love to, but I can't wait for Uncle Bruce cruises out of Florida, though. Dave, if you say Ontario, half of us simpletons will be heading north of the border. Okay, I got my stink bid in for Smart Rent. 322, 12.5 for $1. Lowest bid is 120. Come on, baby. If you come to Mid-America, I'd be there. Cheddar Stacks, and then you're not celebrating Singles Day today, I guess. Don't even bother trying to explain option writing to your wife's boyfriend. I learned that the hard way. We'd have to wear stickers with our channel names, though. I'm bringing Tanya, Brenda, Susan's, Millie, Janet, and Lily. Okay. Andy, I cashed out my November 19th Sofi 20.5 this morning. Worry about the IV as well. I'm up 130% though. No sweat there. Hi, my name is Papa Gamer 007. Right, Andy. What can I say? 384 on ATIP right now. Sofi 2368, not hitting 24 right now. Got kind of close, but couldn't do it. Not this time, but maybe there'll be another run coming. Who knows? Spire 537 unchanged. ATIP down 8.5 cents. I'm down for New Orleans for sure. If you're gonna do one in New Orleans, I'm there. Well, I was thinking of doing one in the LA area. Maybe do one in Vegas, maybe not. Do one in Phoenix, maybe not. Maybe do one in Houston or Dallas, Atlanta. Miami, maybe. How about doing one in or a couple in the New York area? New York, maybe Philly, Washington, maybe Boston, maybe the Chicago area, Pittsburgh. I have a hard time not doing Pittsburgh with Jen. Seattle. I don't know. I'm just asking. What do you think? I'm celebrating every day the great universe has blessed me. I'll just put my name tag and watch the chaos. I vote New Orleans. My call is up 192%. Florida, please. Bruce, when you think about writing 2250 Sofi calls, how far out are you thinking? Wouldn't be highly likely they'll be taken out. I'd be going out about a couple of weeks. But, if the stock wants to go higher, it's 2366. You want to write 23s or 24s, But I like the idea of 2250s in case it goes back to 21. Hudson Valley, New York. How about that? Most of those cities are on Amtrak routes. I'm just saying, Jen loves Steelers. Nashville, Boston. I wouldn't mind the Florida Panhandle either at the beach. Boston, there you go. Or New York City. Tops my list. No, New Orleans, I want to go to. I'll find a way to get there. I already know the answer, but I will ask anyway. Any info on Rivian? I'm not following it. I didn't recommend it to anybody. I'm not following it. You're on your own. Follow it yourself. Hi, I'm from the Florida Panhandle. Atlanta, Bruce. I take any excuse to get to New Orleans. Synth, thank you for this donation. Sold Sofi call for $9.20 that I bought for $4.30. Buying ATIP $5 calls for May 22. Good move? Yeah, that's a good move. It's a good move. The Bruce Tour. Get out, Jordan. That is so awesome. Meet and greet. Let's do it, Uncle Bruce. Good morning, Auntie Bertie. It's going up. CJ English. Bruce Bagel Tour. Should I cancel my trip to China? Temple of Music at Roger Williams Park in Providence, Rhode Island. There's where you want to do it right there. 385.5 on ATI, down 7.5 cents. SoFi 23.72 up 3.30. GameStop at 203.11 up 3.92. Matterport 22.16 up 89. ME up $1.28 to 12.80. Spire up 7 cents now to 5.44. ATIP down 7.5 cents. Yes, CJ. Sean, yeah, we live in the Panhandle too. DQ, haven't been to Pensacola Beach in a really long time. I've got so many $5 ATIP calls, banking on that pent-up demand from elective surgeries due to COVID. The info on Rivian is you needed to get in before yesterday. Paul, if it's backed by Amazon and Ford, well, there you go. It's perfect. Most are Jan 2024. I'm in timeout again. Am I in a timeout? A meet and greet has to be in Creston, BC. That's the only way. Oh, awkward. You're not in a timeout. I plan to move to that area, maybe Fort Walton Beach. I love Okaloosa Island. That's what I love, says Anti-PC. Okay. Fabulous. The Dow is still down 65. It's coming back a little bit. We're up 9 on S&P. We're up 114 on the NASDAQ. Oil's up 64 to 81.98. That's what we're at. Down 8 cents on ATIP. We're up 7 on Spire, 544. I do not think Uncle Bruce is a hot weather sand kind of guy. Nice, Sean and Wendy. Red Shatters, you're always in the timeout, brother. Bruce stock. Instead of Woodstock, it's Bruce stock. See, there you go. Yep. Fort Walton Gulf Shore is some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Long show. Long show, hon. Such is the way I sacrifice for the many. By the way, Ryan Cohen's gag order will be lifted 2021, 11/23. So very soon. Jordan, yes, that area is awesome. Bruce-a-palooza. There's what we're going to do. We're going to have us a Bruce-a-palooza. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have no idea. I'm trying to figure stuff out. I have no idea how it's going to go down. We're going to see what happens. Finneville, Joe, last week, Mr. Seneca and I kept saying here to tell everyone to get into Rivian via the SoFi trading. Guess no one listened. I was in for 78. Whoa, we still live. Uncle Bruce, come to San Francisco, city of love. Jen would love it. Can the final stop of the tour be in the Bahamas? Showing up, Bama Babe. They don't call them Emerald Waters for nothing. Jordan, I used to drive through there all the time between home and college. Beautiful drive down 98. DQ, yes, Bama Babe. Laughing out loud indeed. Brucing Man. Pass. We better install crowd barriers to prevent an Astroworld situation. I'm anticipating a bigger crowd at Bruce World. Besides the endless pine trees. Laugh out loud. There you go. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. I don't know. What can I say? What can I say? What can I say? Anyway, there you have it. Join me later today, 3 o'clock. I'll be back on today at 3. We'll do the last hour together, see what's going on. Check out the courses. If you want to learn how to write options, make money like everybody's doing here, learn these option courses. Stock Markets with Bruce. .ca. Go to stockmarketswithbruce.ca. That's the name of my website. Check out the classes. There's 10 of them. And check out one at a time. Take your time. Learn how it's done. Watch what these folks are doing. Read these comments. It'll start to make sense to you. There you go. So glad ATIP is holding the line here. My vote for Alabama, Gulf Coast, or I guess Florida would do. Destin, Florida. I love traveling to New York to anywhere. In all seriousness, Bruce, I wish I knew about you back when I started investing. A calming presence in the wild market. Uncle Bruce, any further plans to visit YURP, as GW used to call it? Europe. Yes, Europe is on our radar for Jen and I, big time on our radar. Just have no timing yet. Let's give SoFi some knee. Paul, Fenville, we're not cool enough to get in on the IPO on Rivian there. Let's see. Whatever. ME is coming on. Go ME, 1289 up 137. Yeah. Spire, 548 up 12 cents. Go. Bertie, I would come just to meet you. Jordan Brown, knee. There you go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We have 556 thumbs ups. That is worth some of these knees right here. Knee, for sure. Let's get this market going, get these stocks higher. Join me today at 3 o'clock, guys, as we are going to shut the markets down later today. See how everything is going on, how it's working out. Really looking forward to seeing you then. And hope you'll be able to write options, buying the back cheaper, write options, buying back cheaper, write options, buying back cheaper, and so on. Rinse and repeat. Keep getting richer and richer and richer and richer. Just make money, and more money. That would be really cool, everybody. Thank you all, and thank you for being here today and hanging out and catching up with me and with Jennifer and all that good stuff. 561 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. I'd love to get to 600 before we get off the air. Hit that thumbs up button for me if you can. Get us going to 600 thumbs ups. We only need 39 more. That would be absolutely wunderbar. Thank you, one and all, so much for all your support that you've shown Jen and I today. We love you. And let's see if these markets want to, go higher for us. That would be just terrific. Absolutely terrific. 565 thumbs ups. Only 572. 28 to go. 28 more thumbs ups, and we have 600. Thank you, all of you, for throwing up those neat emojis and hit those thumbs ups. 572 now are showing. 28 to go to get to 600 thumbs ups. Thank you all so much. 533 of you are here right now. Fabulous crowd. Love you. 579, 21 to go. Look at that. 579. Does anyone miss the threats of Yoko anymore? Does anyone miss those? 579 is where we're at. 587, 13 thumbs ups left to get to 600. Thank you, everybody. This is awesome sauce stuff. So close to 600 thumbs ups now. 592. Look at that. 592 thumbs ups. They're flying in here. Some 8 left to go. Just 8 thumbs ups left, and we got 600 of them. 596. 4 away. Nirvana is around the corner. There it is. 600 thumbs ups. You ask and you shall receive. Thank you guys so much for helping out. We're back to 598 now. We're back to 600 now. Thank you guys for getting us to 600 thumbs ups. I'll throw up some more neat emojis. 601 now on the thumbs ups. Look at that. There they come. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I switched accounts to give you some more. Thank you guys. Doing whatever you got to do to help me get thumbs ups. 604 thumbs ups now. 606. Oh, those neat emojis are just coming in. 608. They're coming in. Thank you, everybody, so much. Wow. Awesome sauce stuff, you guys. Beautiful. We're up $4 on GameStop. SoFi, 23.84. Trying to come up again on SoFi. Maybe you can take a run at $24. 23.88 on SoFi right now. 23.88. Getting closer to $24. 23.89 on SoFi. 11 cents away on SoFi to get to $24 on the SoFi. The volume on SoFi now is 39,100,000 shares. 23.89, 11 cents away from $24. 23.90 now, a dime away. 23.91, 9 cents away from $24 on SoFi. 9-10 cents is all it needs to hit $24 today. That's a pretty good run going here, up 349 right now. 23.90.91 is where SoFi is right now. Looking good. Up 428 on GameStop, up 86 on Matterport, up $1.36 on ME. Spire up 12 cents to 549. ATIP down 11. Smart Rent down 115 to 11.20 a share. Sextera down 9 cents. 23.86. 23.84 on SoFi. Now back to 88. Jumping back and forth on the SoFi. 23.87. Just under the $24 mark to see if we can break the $24 barrier. Looks like a couple of waves of buying. 23.92. We're getting waves of buying coming in. on SoFi. $23.92 right now, 8 cents away. $23.93, 7 cents away from $24 a share on SoFi. Oh yeah. How about all that? 23.93, 7 cents away. $23.93, 7 cents away. Ooh, baby. It's kind of exciting, isn't it? Yeah. Unbelievable. 23.98 right now. 23.98 a share on SoFi. 23.98 on SoFi. 23.97.98 going for $24 on SoFi. Right at the edge. 23.96 on SoFi. Trying to break the $24 barrier on that stock right now. 23.97 a share on SoFi. I hope you can hear me clapping. Break 24. We deserve fireworks. They don't want it to do it. Let's go, baby. Let's make it happen. 23.98 on SoFi. What can I say? Tear down this wall. 23.97. 23.99. I see 23.99 now. I'm seeing it trading at 23.99, 98.99 on SoFi. 24. It's hitting it. It's hitting 24. Can it bust it? Can it take it out? Can we trade at 24.01 or higher? If it breaks it, it could go another 10 to 15 cents. 23.97 to $24, trying to hit that 24 wall and break it. Can it do it? Will it do it? Is it going to do it? How's it going to do it? 39.7 million volume now. 23.96.97. We touched 24. We're touching it. Let's go. My call is 9:15. Right on. Volcano. 23.95.96. Right on the edge here of greatness. Can it break it? I don't know. 95.96 on SoFi. 23.96 a share, right on the edge. Right at the end of my show. I wrote 10 covered calls last week, 40 cents for $15 strike. Uncle Bruce, if a call is in the money but below the cost of the premium, will expire worthless. The call is in the money but below the cost of the premium. Huh? The call's in the money. You're going to get exercised. 24.10 wall. Let's tear these down. 23.98 right now. Neat. Let's go. 23.99 coming back. Here it's going to take another shot at 24. SoFi going to take a shot at 24. I'm up over 10% of my portfolio. Let's break 12. 23.99 right now. Forgot to say which one. Come on, Uncle Bruce. 23.99. 23.94. Coming back. The buys are picking up. Good job, Shaky Fry. What? 23.94 to 97 is the price of the stock here. Jumping around a lot. GameStop up 5. Matterport 22.14. ME 13.01 up 149. Spire up 8. ATIP down 4 cents. Smart Rent down 122. 23.95 to 23.96 on SoFi now. $23.96.97. $26.97 on SoFi. There you go. Money, it's in the money. You're going to be assigned. $23.98. $23.98 on SoFi. 98. $23.98 on SoFi. 2 cents from the big one. I think it wants to do it. I think it wants to go through it myself. I think there's more buying momentum coming to take it through 24. $23.99 right now. $23.98 to 99 right now. Okay? Whisper. $23.98 to $23.99. It's going to go to 24. It's going to go through 24. Just watch. Just watch. It's going to happen. Oh man. Now it's 23.87. It backed off. How about that? Oh man, my 15s are printing cash. Uncle Bruce just wondered if you got my incoming PayPal a while ago. Let's take a look here. No idea. When did you send it? I have no idea. Did you send one yesterday? Day before? How far back are we talking? 634 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. $23.89, $23.85, $23.84. We're backing off. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you. I'm going to see you at 3 o'clock today, guys. We'll watch this on the phone. Have a good one. Thank you for joining me. Just finishing a Tums here. We'll see you at 3. $5.91 gain now on GameStop. Those of you thinking writing new calls. $22.14 on Matterport. $12.91 on ME. We're at $5.44 on Spire, up 7. We're down 2.5 on ATIP. Volume on ATIP today, 1.9 million. Still above normal. Spire volume, 560,000. And SoFi, 23.89. GameStop, 204.80. So there you go. Let's see how it goes. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys soon. 30 minutes ago, PayPal. No, it never landed. Didn't see anything on PayPal at all. Thank you all so much for your support of this guy. It's so appreciated. I really, really appreciate you. All of you. Thank you, and thank you. Let's see. We had one land. Yeah, we got one, Fenneville. Yeah, it came in. I'm showing it now. Don't have the time, but I'm showing it landing. Thank you. Look, it came in today. Yeah, no problem, buddy. It shows. Yeah, I got it. I got it. It came in. I didn't show it on my other email here, but I see it on the PayPal side. So it's all good, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks. I'll see y'all later, family. Nice. ATI up 1 cent. ATIP is green. How about that? ATIP is green. Yay! Up 3 cents now. 3.96. Spire up 7. GameStop 205.49 up $6. 23.98 on SoFi. We're back. We're back for another run on SoFi. We're coming on again. It's trying to do it again. 23.97. And we've got ATIP up 3.96. Connection? Coincidence? What do you think? 23.97 on SoFi. Trying again. 98 now on SoFi. 3.97 up 4 on ATIP. 23.98 on SoFi. 3.97 on ATIP. Which one's going to 31st? Oh my. 23.93 on SoFi. Just backed off a nickel. 3.97 up 4 cents on ATIP. It's running and the other one's falling. Oh man. ME back to 12.99. It's coming on again too. 3.98 now on ATIP, up 5 cents. ATIP is moving. Volume now 1.97 million. ATIP is moving. 23.92 on SoFi. There you go. Okay. Oh my God, DQ backing off. There it is. All right. ATIP 3.99. So ATIP is, I think it's about to go to 400. ATIP to $30. I second that. Spire will be a sleeper, first to 30. So Spire 545, ATIP 399, SoFi 2396. They're trying to hit some key nice numbers here. Yeehaw! It's being held hard. So saw sales at 4 decimal places for SoFi. Get some rest, Bruce. My Robin charts. All the attorney, Uncle Bruce. It's like my wife's aunt. She says goodbye for about an hour before she actually leaves. She just won't leave. No, it's too exciting. I'm too excited. I don't want to go anywhere. 398.8 on ATIP, 545 on Spire, up 8. Yeah, 23.96 on SoFi. Eh, okay. Goodbye. See you later.